We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bro. Oh, show. What is going on, brothers? What is going on? Press 1 in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2. Phil, how's my audio, bruv?
It's good. I can hear you.
Awesome, bro. I can hear you too. And how's everyone in the chat doing, man? Who's here? Press 1 if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Check 1 2. Jughead, Ozzy in the building. Delwyn, Justin, awesome. So let's get straight into it, okay? First announcement, I'll let you brothers know. Kick, all right, get me to 100 followers on Kick and on Twitch, and we'll do the Germany and Ibiza Spain live stream. I was in Ibiza Spain. I saw some freaky wild ish out there, okay? And so if you want to know what happened then in Ibiza Spain, a lot of freaky activity out there, a lot of intel I can give you. And in Ibiza Spain, there's a particular group of women that love black men, but I won't tell you right now. Get me to 100 followers on Twitch and Kick, and you get those streams, okay? Munich, Germany was a movie too. Just go back not too long ago. Loved it. Woman there, all my days. But, follow me on Kick, follow me on Twitch. Get me to 100 followers on Twitch and Kick, and then we will have those streams, okay? They will already be on Kick and Twitch. I need 100 followers on Twitch and on Kick. Until we get that, no stream, okay? So create an account, share around Twitch and Kick. Get me to 100 followers for the Ibiza Spain live stream and for the Munich, Germany live stream, okay? Aside from that, please hit the PayPal donation. That we greatly appreciate. Support me, support what I do. Join the Patreon. We got intel on a lot of intel about stocks, crypto, and foreign women. If you look at the crypto market right now, Bitcoin is almost at 70K. And there's a coin that I've been speaking about, apart from Bitcoin, that's popping off, right? That's only on the Patreon. So if you know, you know, all right? Don't doubt my research. I do it for you, brothers, man. Aside from that, though, like the stream, hit the super chats too, cop the merch, get you a hoodie, get you a t-shirt, show IP some love, man, for what you've been doing for the past. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. 10 years. This channel's been alive. 10 years, bro. Spreading that gospel to brothers, man. So show me some love, man, and hit the super chats and hit the PayPal. Aside from that, book your IT consultations with me for IT guidance, okay? And consultations as to how to get into IT. And of course, Python course coming Q1 2025 or Q4 2024, okay? And shout out to my current Python students. You guys are awesome, okay? Let's get straight into it, okay? So, last week, the Brics Summit, okay, was the talk of the town, all right? And we're going to break down the agenda of that summit and provide a passport bros perspective, okay? Big news, because it appears that the Brics train just keeps on going forward, okay? And America and the West and the EU are shaking their boots, okay? So let me share my screen over here. Theo seems to disagree, but we shall see, okay? We shall see. So let me first bring up, okay, the agenda that was discussed there, okay, in the Brics Summit. Okay, so share screen IP, share screen, and let's share screen to the Brics Summit over here. Okay, so let me share my screen, bro. There we go. Let's get it. So BRICS Summit, key takeaways from the Kazan Declaration. Okay, so Kazan is in Russia. Theo, you've been to Russia before, right?
Kazan. I've been to Kazakhstan. I need to see what they really mean by Kazan. If that's an adjective, then I would assume that means Kazakhstan.
No, Kazan in Russia.
No, I haven't been to Kazan in Russia.
Okay, awesome. So here's the man himself, Vladimir Putin. I think he was he president of Russia when you were in Russia, Theo, back then?
No, he was a cab driver. Actually, when I was there, to be honest, Yeltsin was president, and then, of course, Putin has been the leader of Russia since '97. He's never left office, essentially.
Okay, awesome, bro. Awesome. So here are the key points from the Kazan Declaration. Okay, so the BRICS group, which comprises of the main members, Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, the I country I forgot, and they are the founding members of BRICS, right? And
Iran.
Yep, Iran. Thank you, bro. Yeah. And they've come together for a conference, okay? And this conference has shaken the world. So we'll see why. Okay. So now we want to speak about first and foremost, right? And this is a very key point here, and is in regards to the financial system. Okay. So it says here on the international financial systems reform. Okay, we underscore the need to reform the current international financial architecture to meet the global financial challenges, including global economic governance, to make the international financial architecture more inclusive and just. Okay, so what does that mean? We know for a fact that America controls the money system, the dollar, the most powerful currency in the world, has been since World War II. And because of that, America runs the world via its dollar system. Oil is pegged to the dollar. Okay. America is the most richest country in the world. Okay. And America, with its wealth and money, flexes its muscles, right, throughout the world via influence. Hey, you want money from us, from me? Okay. I need you to push a certain agenda in your country. And the key point I remember, right, when the first so-called Black president of America, Barack Obama, went on an African tour. And this man had the audacity to tell African leaders, hey, y'all better start pushing rainbow agenda in your country if you want, that green. So that's what America does, right? So for me, right, BRICS is also a cultural clash and a cultural defense against America's own cultural values, right? It's clear that BRICS is more conservative, whereas America is a liberal, godless society. So Theo, on the first point here, the international financial system, you would agree that BRICS are in their right to push back against America's control of the world via its dollar system?
Every country has the right to their own self-interest, and if that includes a different financial system, so be it. So I can't disagree with that. Yeah. I mean, every country is free. It makes sense.
Facts. But Theo, the dollar currency is the most powerful. So essentially, we're not free. There is no freedom in this world. Yes, there's different currencies, but one currency reigns supreme. And that's without a single doubt, the American dollar.
Well, I mean, I don't think the Chinese would agree that they're not free. They can do what they want. The Japanese are the same way. The French and the Germans are definitely doing what they want. You over there across the pond with your little pound, has been historically, as far as I'm concerned, overvalued, at least for the last 50 years. So, I mean, I wouldn't say there's no freedom. No, that's kind of a hard thing to say. No, they have an incentive. That's all. But I mean, Brazil, they don't give a damn about the dollar. So, in particular, neither does Colombia. So, yeah, Saudi Arabia's don't care. Everybody wants oil.
But how about we look at it from a developed country's perspective? The Malaysians, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Vietnamese, whose currencies are a lot more weaker than America. Now, so, brother, when I say BRICS versus America, right, I'm also including America's proxies. So what is that? The EU, the UK.
No,
Japan,
the EU is not a proxy of the United States. No,
bro, it's a proxy, bro. It's a proxy, bro.
No, it's not a proxy. No. That is not a proxy. The French will never be a proxy of the United States. That's impossible. You cannot say the French are a proxy of the United States. No, they have enough thorns to the United States foreign policy. I cannot agree that the French at all, in anything that they do, are a proxy of the United States. Impossible. No. They have their own interests. That's it. I would say Japan, yes, but not the EU.
Theo, let's keep it real, bro. Okay, so relationships between America and the EU very tight. America and UK very tight. America and Japan very tight. America and South Korea very tight. America and Australia very tight. So I call those nations, right, America's sphere of influence. Let's keep it real. America has a big influence in those particular areas and those countries. Okay, so it really is BRICS. It's BRICS versus those nations. So when I look at the top 20 GDP per capita, etc., those nations I've mentioned there, Theo, right, are in the top 20, are in the top 10, and they all have close ties to America, and they all have great weaponry, strong military. Some have nukes, and BRICS are thinking, right, these guys control the money system. China, America, they got Google, Microsoft, right? Japan has all these tech companies. They're buying up things all over the world. And that ain't fair to these poor nations. They're thinking, I want a piece of that pie. So everything is all linked to the dollar system. Even oil is, bro. So we need an alternative financial system to challenge the US dollar and weaken it, in my honest opinion, bro.
For those countries that are jealous, again, remember, most of our tech is created by non-Americans. So America simply has a system of being able to import the best and brightest and allow them to realize their dreams here. The UK used to have the same system. In particular, if you look at the 1900s, you have Napoleon, that got UK really rich. Franco-Prussian War got UK rich, right? Because the capital would flow to the UK because it's a safe haven. So it's not that it's unfair, just that their governments locally are unfair to those citizens. The United States is giving them an opportunity. That's all.
And how does it do it? By the money, right? And because America is the top economy in the world, they can pay the most money, right?
Well, we have rule of law, and we have a system where you can actually maintain your capital and actually get capital gains based upon it. So basically, our capital gains tax is only 15%, which is ridiculously low. So we have a system where we respect your work, and we respect your assets, your right to your property, and then we don't overtax those people. So that's how it works. So even against the UK or against the EU, we're more highly competitive. Now, when we're talking about China, we used to be able to take the best and brightest from China. Now we cannot, because the Chinese are able to give a better package to their top, the smartest people in China than what the United States can give. So we can't pull them out of their country as effectively as we used to be able to. And then if you have their protection of their assets, which is what they have right now for those top people, we're screwed. So we can't take the best out of China. But for decades, we had done that. So
Okay.
it's fair that we have a fair system. The reason why you can't do this in the UK is your taxation is so oppressive that actually being able to pull capital effectively by someone who was born like you were is actually very hard to do. But like when you and I were born, we probably weren't that different from each other. Like I wasn't born to anything. I was just like we had a normal family. We didn't have any assets at all. But the reason why I'm able to acquire wealth more effectively is because of the taxation system. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, without it, I wouldn't be able to do it. If I had the UK's taxation system, it'd be impossible for me to have as much money as I have right now.
Okay. So next point then in the agenda, right? Okay, is a Brics cross-border payment system. We recognize the widespread benefits of faster, low-cost, more efficient, transparent, safe, and inclusive cross-border payment instruments built upon the principle of minimalizing trade barriers and non-discriminatory access. We welcome the use of local currencies in financial transactions between BRICS countries and their trading partners. Key point here, local currencies. So it doesn't matter if you're Algerian, if you're from India, if you're from Ghana, Ethiopia, you can use your local currency for financial transactions. Whereas in the West, let's keep it real, most currency transactions are in dollars, and we have to convert it into our own currency for it to work, etc., etc. So again, that just proves my point here as to how strong the dollar is. And it's done on purpose, the FBO, to prop up the American economy, to keep America top and number one, throughout the world. And we're tired of that. So I welcome a cross-border payment system where developing economies can use a local currency for financial transactions, right? We got to stop ignoring the little guy, bro, right? America has been on top since World War II, and we're tired of it. Because America being on top right now, they're pushing their degeneracy throughout the world, bro. The liberalism, the rainbow stuff, right? The womanist stuff, brother. The feminism. You're tired, bro.
This is impossible what they're talking about right there. That's a big nothing. That's it. Okay, so basically this is something that Putin is basically saying here, that he wants the ruble to be valuable. Well, nobody wants Russian products except for oil, but that's it. So they don't have anything Russia doesn't have anything that anybody really wants to have. So they're saying basically they want to be paid in rubles for their work, for their oil. They want it to be respected. Well, the Chinese have the yuan. Their yuan isn't convertible. So basically, the way that I'm hearing this is you're having a system. Well, if this is really a local currency, well, you're going to be able to figure out a way to do arbitrage against the yuan. This is exactly what I would do. I would try to figure this out as fast as I possibly can, and then try to hit the yuan as fast as I could, or else in order to basically demonetize, or devaluate the yuan, because the yuan right now is overvalued. That currency cannot properly be taken out of the country. So how are they going to stop that? Because if they're saying paying in local currency, but nobody you don't have products that people want then how is trade going to occur? It doesn't make sense. So in Brics, the only country where everybody is trading with centrally is China. China actually is the only place where everybody is trading effectively. So if you have, for example, the Brazilians, what do they want from the Russians? Nothing. They have absolutely nothing for them. So if you're talking about Brazilians converting in, like, how would they deal with the Russians at all in this environment? There's no gain. There is no value. There's nothing there. And the same thing for India regarding Russia. The only thing they have is possibly is military equipment, but that's about it. Outside of it is zero. So you're basically having a bunch of countries wanting to trade with the yuan. What the Chinese really aren't buying their products that much, so it's everything is going into the yuan. This isn't going to work. It doesn't. They have to have some way of actually doing trade with each other and opening up their markets, and then the yuan has got to be freely tradable. When that happens, okay, we got something. But until then, man, this ain't gonna work.
It's gonna work for you. Like, obviously, like, you're speaking from a now perspective. 5 years from now, it's gonna be a whole different world for you. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, for you.
No, it's gonna be the same China policy. China isn't gonna change their policy. They haven't changed their policy for the last 45 years.
But it's not only
change anytime.
It's not only China, bro. In Brics, it's not only China, bro.
Yeah,
it's
but the more countries that you add, the least likely they are to come to an agreement. So this is, if you look at the EU, they started out with only, actually, 2 countries, basically. Well, okay, you have France, Germany, and, well, Luxembourg. That's not, I don't really consider that to be a country, but okay, you have France and Germany, right? So they form they're the basis of the union. You have 6 countries in the beginning, and then they're definitely trading with each other. They have real things they're doing. The real current products are going across their borders. Then each country that they're adding over time, there is trade being added, and this is a very slow process. But they're all trading with each other. That's the thing. There's all trade. There's no one country. Well, Germany has a lot of trade, but they have their Nazi guilt. So if they earn too much money, the Germans would give it back to the EU. Basically, that's how they've been doing it since the beginning. So, and that way, when they give it back, there's more development in Europe. Everybody's happy. You think China's going to do that? You think China has a reason to just freely invest in other countries and, like, here's a loan, go ahead and take it, and we're not going to do anything about it? No, they're not benevolent like the Germans were. They don't have any war guilt. Nothing's going to happen. So, in this case, the more countries that come in, they're all selfish. They don't have any real purpose together. Whereas the EU, they had a real reason to come together. It actually makes sense in a process, and it was slow. So it took time. So these guys, the Brics and these countries, don't have real interests to be together. They're not. I'm talking from a trade point of view. It's not like, okay, like if we go to Brics, the Chinese are now going to buy 50% more of our products. That's not happening. If it were, okay, that's something. That's something to look at. Okay, that's cool. I don't see that happening.
Give it time, bro. Give it time, man. Don't feel like I said. For me, right, I'm thinking about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Rome wasn't built in a day, bro. Right?
You have to change the policies.
Policies and economies, right, weren't even built in a day or in a day. It takes time, bro. America, right, started off, not. Remember, it was a British Empire that was on the top of the world for many years. Then America crept in, and America built its economy to the point where it's on top right now. And that took time for you. The time for Brics, when it comes to the whole cross-border payment system, financial stuff, it's going to come soon, bro. I'm not saying next year. I'm not saying 2 years from now. I'm thinking from a 5-year perspective, 10-year perspective, 15-year perspective, right? As America loses its power. Go on, bro.
It required the British being overextended in their colonies and then being over indebted with World War I and World War II, and the United States seizing British assets. That's what did it. That's it. You don't have the same kind of situation with the United States. If World War I and II didn't happen, right now the world number one currency would be the pound, and you know that. You guys were a real superpower. Like we're cute stuff. We ain't like you guys. You guys were like literally the sun didn't set on the English Empire. We don't have that. No, we're not even close. So now in our system that we have, there is no way. Again, the Brics, what they're coming to, these countries are not fundamentally agreeing with each other based upon their a common set of goals. That's it. I say in particular, Russia is a dreamland.
They agree on one thing, right? And that's against U.S. hegemony. That's why they're together, bro. That's why they're setting the BRICS agenda summit. They know the U.S. has a hegemony throughout the world by its dollar. That's why, but we have BRICS, bro. So they do agree on something, bro.
Okay, so what is the
America won't be on top forever, bro. Phil, you just accept that, bro.
China is selling how much to the United States for their trade? Their economy is billions upon billions yearly. So as long as they're selling that degree to the United States is really in the driver's seat regarding China's economy. Just the way it is. You have these countries that are trying to sell to the United States constantly. As long as that's there, the United States is going to have the value of the dollar.
Okay.
The only way you can really get rid of American hegemony would be to have trade relations with basically American rule of law, particularly American maritime law and protection of assets, and then being able to change freely everybody's currency from one to another. If you did that and actually just had trade within one belt and you had everybody was trading with each other, that would actually be a challenge. But until then, yeah, man, it's everybody trying to go to China. That's it.
So Phil, we're gonna agree to disagree there because I'm picking long-term perspective here, right? So the next point here, right, Phil, right, is on Western sanctions. Okay, so part of the BRICS summit was a comment here. We are deeply concerned about the disruptive effect of unlawful, unilateral, coercive measures, including illegal sanctions on the world economy, international trade, and the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Let's talk about that, bro, because I'm sure the world was alarmed where Russia got sanctioned by the click of a finger. And what I mean by that, bro, being taken off the SWIFT payment program. So if you actually read, brothers, if you know how things work, everyone's on SWIFT. MasterCard, Visa, American Express. SWIFT is the main payment processor, or even behind the payment processors, we communicate via SWIFT. If you're taking off SWIFT, right, you basically can't use those services. You're basically a pariah. So you have developing economies, right, who are also on SWIFT, right, and they're thinking, yo, if I do something that the Western people don't like, right, because let's keep it real, Western countries run and control SWIFT. I think SWIFT headquarters is in Switzerland, and that's a Western country. And Switzerland, right, has close links with America, UK. It's a high banking system, high financial system. So there's links there between America, UK, EU, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. So they're thinking, right, I'm Algeria, I'm Brazil, I'm developing my economy. I'm on the SWIFT network. If I do something that the Western powers that be don't like, that America doesn't like, I might be taken off the SWIFT payment processing system, and I can't process financial systems. And in my honest opinion, feel right, that is Damn right, crazy, bro. I think we can agree on that, Theo. We can
No,
agree on that. So we
no.
need. So hold on, Theo. Right. So we need an alternative to Swift. We need something where, okay, if you're taking off Swift, you can come on here and use our services. It's the same way like in the US, right? The antitrust laws where Google, right, just got hit, right, with losing a case where they were found to be monopolizing the search, right, in the US, right? So how can you compete if it's a monopoly? Or let's say if Google messes up your ranking for some reason, who do you go to, bro?
Okay, so the SWIFT decision was based upon the EU, UK, Canada, and the United States. All these countries came together and kicked Russia off the SWIFT system because of the illegal invasion of Ukraine. So it should say, we are deeply concerned about the disruptive effect of the unlawful and unilateral coercive measures, including illegal invasion of a peaceful country on the world economy.
So
Right?
America hasn't illegally invaded countries in the past, Theo, and not taking off Brics. It's keep it real, Theo. America has invaded countries, but they're still on SWIFT, Theo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So you're talking about which war are you talking about that one?
I don't want to go too deep into it, but the country starts with I. I'm gonna end it there. Don't say it, Phil, because
who was with us? Remember Blair?
I remember that,
with
Phil.
Us? Yeah, Blair. Tony Blair was right with us. So remember, your country is right along with us as we're doing the invasion.
Are they not Western countries too? That's also Western country, Phil, and that proves my point. Western countries doing illegal invasions, but still on SWIFT. Whereas another country does an invasion, right, and then taking off SWIFT. But however, that particular country isn't Western. That country, Phil, right, has different. So, Phil, right, that country has different cultural values from the West. Red flag. They won't push rainbow agendas.
This isn't about a rainbow agenda.
Let's keep it real, bro.
Because if this was about a rainbow agenda like that, most of the Middle East would have been knocked out of SWIFT a long time ago.
Oil money. Well,
what about Lebanon? They don't have any oil money. Look what they do to them there. So yeah, man, it's not like that. And then Russia did invade countries before. We didn't do anything about it. But Ukraine was that red line. We could not tolerate that just too close to Poland. That's the reason. If it weren't, we probably wouldn't have cared, to be honest. And when Russia did their thing in Chechnya, we didn't do anything either, right? So we have, basically, it is our system. It's true. And during the Soviet Union, the Soviets were not on SWIFT. No. So I'm pretty sure about. Someone go look it up. I'm pretty sure they joined SWIFT right after the fall of the Soviet Union. So they made it that long without it. They got rich and they're becoming richer and prosperous under the SWIFT system, which is our system, right?
Because if you control the system, then you can obviously control the money system and how things work, and that's the point there, right? So that's why we need other options apart from SWIFT. SWIFT cannot be the only system for us to process payments, bro.
It's the manner of opening trade with Russia. So if Germany decided that they're not going to buy any natural gas from Russia, well, Russia would be screwed real quick. But during the Soviet Union, during the communism, Western Europe wasn't buying any oil or oil products from the Soviet Union at all. So because we let them go into SWIFT, because there was a downfall of the Soviet Union, we allowed them to get on SWIFT, and we also opened up our markets to their energy products. So then we said, okay, well, fine. If you're going to do this behavior, we're not going to buy your products anymore, right? And we're not going to kick you out of SWIFT. That actually makes real sense. That I definitely agree with that. And they could have done the same thing to us if they wanted to. But see, if Russia puts sanctions on the United States, Where will America suffer?
It
Nowhere.
wouldn't
We
because
wouldn't.
America is in control of the system, bro.
No,
It's
we
in
don't have
control.
anything that they want that they have except women. That's it.
Bro,
The only
y'all
thing that
control everything, bro.
the only thing that Russia has of value is vodka and women and some good literature. That's it. That's about all. That's
No
outside.
oil,
We don't.
no oil field,
No,
not
no,
tech.
no. You
Russia produces
tech.
highly technical. Yes, scientists, brother. Let's keep it real. During Soviet Union, bro, they were producing a lot of scientific scientists, brother, and
No,
making a lot of creations, bro. Let's keep it real, bro.
we both had German scientists, and they were learning from them. But you don't see no SpaceX in Russia right now because they don't have the educational nor the legal infrastructure to actually support that kind of development. That's why even their government can't go up against SpaceX. Whereas you see the Chinese, they can. They can actually develop something like SpaceX. Russians can't do that crap. They just don't have it. They don't. Not
They
right
don't
now.
have the money. They don't have the money right now, bro. Obviously,
No, it's not just money. It's the ability to pool resources and own them. Russians fundamentally do not have respect for private property. And without that respect, without the legal guarantee for private property, your asset value is less. So the Russians, particularly under Putin, decided to just go ahead and renationalize the oil industry. Well, what do you do after that? So you have all this money that was being flown in, given from Western countries to Russia for their oil industry. Russia came in and basically Putin came in and just renationalized it. Well, that serves as a measure to not invest into Russia because the government can come in and just take your entire company if they want to, right? Do you have that in the West? No. This is why the Americans in particular have more accumulation of wealth. It's because of the tax system, because of the legal system. You're not going to have that in Russia. If they had SpaceX right now in Russia, you know what the Russians would do? Putin would just come in and say, Elon Musk, we have this against you. We don't like you. Just put him in the jail and nationalize SpaceX. Then they would just keep on using it as they want for the Russian government purposes. That's how they act. So, man, I have no mercy on them regarding the sanctions issue. If they really want it, what they should do is actually have production of products properly within their country, but they don't have it because they don't have proper protection for assets, for private property. They don't have it. The government comes and takes it as they want.
If that was the case for you, right, despite what you're saying about Russia, why are nations still want to be close with them? And I'll show you. Let me share a clip right now, okay? Because people say one thing about Russia, but from what I'm seeing here, right, they have a lot of support, So and that proves to me that people are tired of America calling the shots, right? I'm tired too, right? Because if America has a cold, the whole flipping world sneezes. The UK sneezes too, and I'm tired of that, bro. Okay, the Americans' cultural value, the feminism, men versus women, even how they do politics in America, right? It's even come over here to the UK, where we're basically America like 2.0. So man, and let me keep it real chill because we tired of America's control of the world. Hold on, right? Let me put up this video over here, okay? Hold on, bro. Where is it?
Past 24.
Look at this. 13 new Brics partner countries. You can see on the screen there, Uganda, Nigeria, Bolivia, Vietnam, Algeria, Indonesia, Thailand, Kazakhstan.
One of the things we've been talking about in the past 24, 36 hours, the Western press has really shifted in its narrative. Certainly for the most part, the majority of the Western outlets now are actually saying, my goodness me, look, Putin really has friends. He's really not isolated. The sanctions haven't.
Putin, he really got friends, right? Look at that. If people were so against him and his way of thinking, his ideologies, why has he got 13 new partner countries for his BRICS program? Let's break it down.
Oh my God, what is he doing? Well, what is he doing? He's corralling more than half of the rest of the world for some of the biggest changes in 100 years. And if you didn't know already, here's a bit of news for you. 13 nations have now officially joined up as BRICS partner countries, though they're not yet full members. Indonesia is among them. And earlier we spoke with Adri Arlan Senaga,
13 new partner countries, and these countries have a lot of oil, a lot of gold, a lot of resources, and they want to be partners with BRICS. So if BRICS is a problem here, if BRICS is a really bad thing, right? Why they got 13 new partners? Think about it. A lot of countries are tired of the current way of life and how the world is.
PhD candidate at Beijing's University of International Economics. Now, he says that BRICS is essentially key to restoring a sense of global parity as a balance to what he called Western hegemony.
We see this as the opportunity to improve our economic and also development in the region. And we also, as one of the largest Muslim population in the world, always see that BRICS are capable to improve our position in the global influence.
Facts. Every country, right, deserves a voice and deserves to run its country how it deems fit without any influence, without some guy, coming to you, hey, we got some dollars over here, push that idea, push that way of life, and we'll give you some money. We don't want that. Nah, So the only way around that is to set up alternative systems where you have your own money system, where you have partners where you are left alone to run your country as you deem fit without any foreign influence.
The West that already becoming the hegemon, they are using their power only to their own purpose.
There you go. We have a Malaysian man or Indonesian man admitting that the West uses its power only for its own purpose. And it's been like that for the past several decades. And we can agree on that, Theo. I think we definitely can. Okay? So we don't want that, right? We don't want every country on planet Earth to be like America. That would be hell on earth, right? It's already hell in the UK and in America. Okay? We can't let America's influence, right, change the whole global landscape where every country is America 2.0. What's the point of life then? Nah, bro.
It seems unfair to us. So in order to restore the parity and make the balance of power, I think this is the time for Global South.
There you go. Balance of power. Make it fair. Make it fair, bro. 50-50. Every country should be powerful. Every country should protect themselves. Every country should be rich, prosperous, and have their own economy developed, not where it's all skewed towards the dollar and the rise of America. It's been like that for too long, bro.
And the instrument that could help to achieve this balance of power are using BRICS. And yeah, of course, Indonesia, as well as other 12 states, will be using this platform to improve this Global South cooperation.
Facts. Because of BRICS, right, these countries can have a voice. They can have a voice in matters that affects them and their prosperity. Theo, what's your thoughts on this clip, right? 13 new partner countries.
13 new zeros. That's what I see. There is no way for these countries, well, not to say no way, but it's extremely unlikely that these countries are actually going to properly trade with each other, open their borders with each other, and do proper currency conversion with each other. They all have self-interests. And in particular, China is not going to be doing that with them at all. And when it comes to, again, 50-50, this is based upon your policies. If you go to the United States, you notice that California is very prosperous, whereas Mississippi, I was just there, is, oh my goodness, like, how backwards are they? They're really backwards. It's a different time period in there. Well, why do you have such discrepancy between different various states? Well, it's because of state policies. If these countries do not change their policies, do not modernize their institutions, their political institutions, and legal institutions, then they will be unable to be at parity at all, even with the EU. So I see countries who have no ability to really do that. They're very far behind in those areas.
I think, Theo, you saying how they won't be able to trade with each other, properly. There'll be conflicts of interest. We don't know how the world is going to be in 5 years' time, bro. 10 years' time. Honestly, Theo,
I would say in 100 years' time would be the same thing.
I disagree.
Geopolitical interests don't change that much. So, like, you have even the EU. We don't know if the EU is going to be around in 100 years or even 50 years. It's having problems, big problems. That would be the one area I'd be looking at to see whether or not that's really going to stick together. So I would say don't even take the EU for granted. Well, if the EU, we can't take them for granted. You think these guys are to come together and get to a position of more, I say, cohesion and unity than the EU has? Nah, bro. Nah, they're not even close. They're not even close to it. I would say even 50 to 100 years. Nope. It would take a major change in China for this to happen, and also a major change in Russia. Then something would happen. Yeah. So
yeah, but we can't rule out that major change ever happening. Yeah, I mean, it may be small, but there's a possibility that it can happen, right?
Yeah,
I think we underestimate the resolve of these developing countries. They'll make it work, Phil. They will make it work. The fact that Brics was Phil, right? The fact that Brics was created over 20 years ago and it's still operating right now is a testament to that itself, bro. Right? And that trend is going to keep on moving forward. More countries are going to see, yes, bro, over 20 years ago, bro.
Brics is just a transformation of what you had before of the Caribbean islands coming together and having like an idea of having their own currency. That's it. It's just an add-on to that. It didn't do anything back then either. So, I mean, it just all it has is just additional countries. And again, there's a possibility. There's a possibility I'm going to ride with Chewbacca on the Millennium Falcon. It's really not likely, but you could say there's a possibility of it. I mean, the Falcon could be outside, and I just go outside. And, the Falcon lands in my HOA, and I go with Chewbacca, and we go off and fly together. Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
Well, now I want to make it very clear, right? America, right? Shout out to America, right? Shout out to America, but I want an equal world. Like, I want a world where it is free of American influence. The fact that some of y'all, right, don't like the way things are in America, dating wise, right? You don't like the way how the culture is, right, in America. So how are you not pro Brics? Because the Brics nations are the complete opposites to America. So if they keep quiet and don't do anything about what America is doing, we're going to see America influence, right, get even worse throughout the world. And we're going to be, and then we'll start complaining about, why is every other country America 2.0? I don't want to look at the globe one day, right? I see that the American flag covering the world globe. F no, bro.
Well, no. IP, the closest country you would be talking about in that way would be Japan. And when you were there, did you think that they were America 2.0? No. But as you agree, their society is much superior to the UK. Right?
There's some influence there. I'll be wrong. There's something.
I agree. No, they're not. They don't have. You don't have the agenda there. You don't have that. You can't. Are you kidding? You try to do like if you try to go to the Japanese and try to promote a rainbow agenda to them, they're gonna say you'll get stuffed. They don't have it there. See, they're not being pushed around. And how many military bases do we have in Japan? So that's not going on. No, man. The same thing in South Korea. You try to do the same thing with them, they'll be like, we ain't doing that. No. So it's about the institutions. It's about the laws. If you don't have the proper institutions and the laws, then you're not going to get ahead. And I would say, again, if you've been to Japan and South Korea, there's more opportunity there than there is in the UK, right? So as long as that's true, you can't look at these other countries like Algeria and say they're not getting ahead because of Americans' policy. No, it's because of all Algerian policy. You might get angry at the French, what the French have done, but it still comes back to Algerian national policy and their local policies. That's what the problems are. And in each one of these countries, you can say the exact same thing. It's their local policies. That's the issue.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, but I have a lot of high hopes in Brics. Seeing 30 new countries join Brics lights up my day, and looking forward to see how they're going to integrate those new partner countries and challenge Western and American hegemony. And when I mean Western hegemony, think back to America, Australia, New Zealand, UK, EU, and its proxies, right? That's the top of the chain right there, right? And the reason why a lot of society is messed up right now, culturally, economically, etc., etc. So keep moving forward, Brics. Forward, rise, Brics. We count on you, brothers, man. Come through. And the reason why I'm pro Brics is because it empowers Africa. It empowers Africa, bro. We need Africa to rise. We need the Caribbean to rise. We need it, man. They have all those resources. Make use of it, and if Brics can help with that, and to make Africa, Caribbean, even Southeast Asia, poor countries, Brazil, as economic powerhouses, then shout out to Brics, man. Shout out to Brics. Let's go.
You have to change the local laws in those countries first. That's where you actually get something, and then you'd actually have to change the yuan and make it be able to be convertible to any currency. That would be a start. If that kind of stuff was going on, okay. But until that kind of stuff happens, nah, man, just wishful thinking. Nothing's going on.
Don't worry, Phil, man. I'm thinking 5 years. I'm thinking 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now.
I'm saying 100 years. 100 years from now, they're still just going to be talking. I would really go out to 100 years, because these countries do not have any historical ties. They don't have any historical reason to be together. Look how long it took for the EU to be created. The EU wasn't that together since the time of Charlemagne, right? Something like that, Charlemagne. So it took like 1,200 years for them to have like 50 years of continuous peace and unity together in one union. It took 1,200 years. Nah, man, you got these countries all over the world like that, and you think they're going to come together? Nah, man. How long did it take for you Brits to go around colonizing? What, 300 years? Something like that? That's why I don't know exactly how long it took for you guys to do it, but it took quite a while. At least went until the 1600s, until the 1900s, something like that. Yeah, it's not something you can do quickly. That's why I say, like, easily I would say 100 years, and these guys are still going to be yapping. They're not going to be making the union at all. If you didn't have China involved, and you didn't have Russia involved, and you just had, like, say, Saudi Arabia and Brazil, I'd be more hopeful, to be honest. You have to get rid of China and Russia. But they're the ones who have, well, actually, China's the one that actually has the money. They have the huge economy. So until they change, man, nothing can happen.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. There's someone in the chat just say, I'm going through chats. Colonization was a gift. No, was a gift to the world. Yeah, consider yourself blocked. That wasn't a gift, you idiot. Get out of here, man. You don't know what that did to a lot of black people and a lot of people who weren't black as well who got colonized, right? Watch your tone. Flipping heck, man. Talking about colonization was a gift to the world. Get out of here, bro. Actually, I'm not even calling. Why am I calling you a bro? Get out of here, man. Nonsense, man. All right, so
that's proper. Yeah, colonization did a lot of damage.
It did a lot of damage, bro. A lot of murders, a lot of derailment for a lot of countries. It's saying it's a gift. It's like when I hear, right, do you know what I hate, bro? When I go online and I hear that, it was white people that freed the slaves. What do you mean? Bro, black people shouldn't have been saved in the first place. They always have that excuse, or we free slavery, though we stopped slavery. But you started it, or you were involved with it, and we know slavery was a cruel act. So that's a very dumb argument.
When I thought about it, like when I was growing up learning U.S. history, and of course with the UK, you have to learn some degree of the UK history in order to know U.S. history, right? And there was one way I learned it, right, and then I got older, and I looked at it again, particularly when I was in Japan. And I was like, okay, so you have these colonialists coming over to the land, seeing the natives who are there. They can't enslave the natives. So they either kill the natives off or send them into exile. Then they go off to another continent, get slaves, import the slaves to work the land that the natives wouldn't work. But I kind of sat back and I was like, this sounds like some sort of horror story. Right? Like, this is horrible. This is nothing to be proud of. Like, this is really bad. And I was like, wow, yeah, this is like, hey, American history is really bad. Like, there's some really bad parts on it. It's like,
really bad feel. And Pooh says, I'm done living in the past. Let's move on. I'm moving on, bro. I'm angry about the past, because the past, right, has affected the way we live as black men in the world right now. Let's keep it real. The past is still affecting our lives right now. Where's my check? Where the reparations at? Cut the check. We need that check, bro. Sophia. And we went through. Now, I'm not American, right? But Americans, Jim Crow, institutional racism. In the UK, we go through institutional racism, right? We were derailed economic progress in the 80s, the 70s, and before the 90s, right? So I'm so angry. So yeah, we're living in the past. Cut the check. We have to stop giving these people free way, bruv. But the reason why we're broken right now, the reason why the black community is broken right now, because of policies in the past that have screwed over black people, bruv, and black men particularly.
No. It's because of particularly
Keisha, isn't
it? Choosing the government over black men. That's what really did it. I mean, you can't. There's no. Every other community was just fine. They had their problems, but they continued on. Not Keisha did that decision, and as long as Keisha chooses the government over black men for making a family, there's no way to make a stable family structure in the West for black people. So the only way we can actually do it is actually leaving. And when we go to countries, for example, when we go to like Japan or other places in the world, when we make families, we're with women who don't choose welfare or something like that instead of family, and because of that, we're able to make families. It's not a problem. So I would definitely say black women are not going to be able to make families if they keep on choosing government over men.
I need my check, bro. I need my check.
I don't need a check.
I need my goddamn check. Cut the check for black American men, for black British men, for black Canadian men. Cut that check, man. Cut me my check.
I don't need. Go ahead and read super chats.
Shout out to Duck for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Akeem for the support. Generating question: how will Brics affect passport bros? So, in my opinion, right, we're going to see a world that's going to be divided into two: the Western world, where America, UK, and its proxies, and the Brics world, where it's more traditional: China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Russia, etc., etc. Pick your side. Pick your side. Are you a liberal dude who is super liberal, doesn't believe in the Most High, etc., then maybe the West is for you. But if you're a God-fearing traditional conservative man, right, that believes in traditional values, then you go with Brics. So it definitely will affect Passport Bros and how we move forward and what nations do we want to choose to raise our kids and in traditional societies. Do you want to raise your kid in America 20 years from now? Do you want to raise your kid in the UK, in Australia? Hell no, bro. With what we see right now, you want to have kids in the West? Whereas I guarantee raising a kid in Saudi Arabia is a lot more sensible and responsible than doing it in the West. So it will affect us as Passport Bros, bro. It will.
Well, I mean, most of us Passport Bros, again, let's keep it real. I mean, you have your students and I have my students as well. They believe in getting their freaks on before marriage. Well, you go to Saudi Arabia and think you're going to be doing that kind of stuff. They're going to start chopping stuff off your body, right? They don't play around with that. So for a Passport Bro, that really wouldn't be so effective. But for us, Brics, I would say, isn't going to be a factor. Unless you like, again, I want to live in Brazil, which would be one of the Brics countries, but it doesn't really matter, right? I would still get to have a wonderful currency from the United States and have a great exchange rate, even to Brics, if that happened, but it's not. So to local currency, it would still be a great exchange rate. I'm going to be living like a king in Brazil. So it won't really affect us as Passport Bros. Hopefully it would affect the people who live in the Brics countries to increase their standard of living, but I don't see that happening as well.
Okay. Shout out to Jughead for the support. What is Theo talking about? Trudeau froze the bank accounts, of peaceful truckers in Ottawa. Western countries shut down businesses that would not. That's facts. That's a good point.
Okay,
there, bro.
So Jughead, you're a total idiot, bro. If Putin were in charge of this situation in Canada, he would have frozen the bank accounts and also taken over the companies that the trucking companies. He would have taken those companies over, put the execs in jail, and then threatened the truckers with jail as well, taking their trucks away. Right? So, Jughead, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The only thing you're worthful for is blowing Chewbacca. Okay? So
Flipping heck. Keep it PG, right? Flipping heck.
Jughead, get your act together because you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Flipping heck.
You are on another planet.
Keep it PG, please, Theo.
Chewbacca says hi. Hi.
All right, next super chat. Shout out Jughead again for the support. Comply with the illegal sea lockdowns. The West is just as autocratic as NK. I have to call that when they want to. Australia and New Zealand, so-called liberal countries, locked up people who would not take the. Yeah, that's a good point there, bro.
Okay, so Russia also and Ukraine also had lockdowns. In fact, I was in Ukraine during COVID, and we were in lockdown as well. I was in the hotel and I was in lockdown. So you definitely have lockdowns in those countries. Don't think that everybody was just free and walking around in Russia. And Russia lost over 1 million people to COVID. They estimate it's actually over 2 million. What the government hasn't actually giving the full reports, and then how many people also died in Ukraine. So don't be thinking that there's anything like special there. And then if you talk about China, to what degree did they have lockdowns? I mean, that's very clear in the news. When COVID came back at a certain point, they locked down another 30 million people. They didn't care. So China was in lockdown quite a bit as well. So Jughead, again, find a small animal and pleasure yourself with it.
Flip, yo, bro, keep it PG, man. Keep it PG, Phil. Flipping heck. Hold it, man. Please avoid that.
I'm making sure that I avoid the censors, okay? There's ways I can talk to make sure you don't get in trouble. So I'm making sure.
An experimental gene therapy injection. Okay. Thank you for the support there, Jughead.
What are you talking about, Jughead? Do you know how many different medical experiments the Russians and Chinese did on their people, and they did as they wanted to? What are you, bro, Jughead? Okay,
PG. No animal stuff, man. No.
Go to the River Thames and do a deep dive. Stay down there for a while.
No. I don't agree with that. Nonsense.
It's just the River Thames. He needs to go do a little sightseeing, see some fish.
Nope. Shout out to Jughead again for the support. Theo asks, what does Russia have? Metals and minerals. One of the biggest purchases of gold over the past 2 years. Platinum, silver, nickel, Norslic, nickel, titanium, magnesium, and potash.
Okay, so those minerals, again, are not a major part of the Russian economy. They're a small part. The major part of an economy is going to be services. And if people don't want your services, you're not going to go that far. Then you also have manufacturing, like what the Chinese have. The Russians don't manufacture anything. Their stuff is crap. So if you go into the mall in Russia, like I did, because I've actually been in Russia, you go into there, if you look for manufactured goods, they're all made in other countries, in particular, Germany and China. That's where they get their goods from, Germany and China, okay? So as long as that is true, they're just using their mineral resources to prop up their economy, as they did during the Soviet Union. This isn't a major thing. This is why their economy sucks, because they don't have human resources properly. If you look at UAE, countries like that, they don't have resources, but their economies are strong because they have human resources, people, services. That's why they're doing very well. Russia doesn't have anything like that. So again, bro,
PG.
Go to Mars and stay there. You'll do better.
Shout out to Jughead again for the support. Appreciate Jughead for supporting his stream tonight, Theo. Jughead, thank you, bro. Uranium and rare earth metals, titanium, magnesium, cobalt, molybdenum, tungsten, zinc, lead, copper, aluminium. All of his answers Theo's question. Yeah, Russia is very resource rich. I mean, you cannot count them out.
You have, again, look at the world. Africa and Russia, resource rich, economy poor. Why? It's because they don't have manufacturing and human resources. Even though you have those resources, they usually are accumulated to the top people, government, or oligarchs. That's it. That's as far as it goes. Jughead, you're wasting your money, bro. I mean, come on. Have better comments. Think your ideas through before you post, because you just make yourself look bad.
Shout out to Jughead for support. Appreciate you, bro. I think everyone has their own opinion on this matter, Theo, so we can't get too harsh on them. Salute to you, Jughead. Thank you, bro. Okay, so let's react to some interesting clips from this week, okay? This is a very interesting week. And I have some clips to show, okay? So let's go to South Korea, right? And let me show you a brother by the name of called Johnny Somali, okay, who is back making black men look bad, okay?
Is he in South Korea?
He's in South Korea, okay? Look at what he's doing over there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. You know, the image of black men has already been ruined. It's already been poured around the world. Why make it worse?
Yeah, you like a Jack Frost with a zesty anger. Get your ass on me like Victor from Despicable Me to using me upside down. What are you talking about? When you got a urine in your shirt, when you might take piss out of your nipple. Get your...
So why would you go to a different country, right, and play loud music like that in a convenience shop? Why? You know, our image as black men is really terrible, and you go to a homogenous country like South Korea, we don't have much interaction with black men and black people, and you make our image look worse. Why? Let's carry on. Why would you do that though? Why would you dance right in front of the door when everyone's coming in randomly? What is the flipping point, Johnny? What is wrong with this guy?
Right to say you should never have kids. Your father was right. Your father was right.
Stupid ass.
Why would you do that, bro? Why? So this guy gets hot noodles, throws it on the floor, throws it everywhere, throws the sauce all over the table. What's going on?
I didn't drink here. Are you dumb? Are you touching me, you stupid ass, bald ass bitch? Monkey asshole, shut up, bitch. I did not drink it, you stupid.
So this guy, Johnny Somali, last year was in Japan doing similar antics. He actually got arrested there in Japan because it got so bad, right? Now he's in South Korea doing the same thing. And I'm tired of this, man, because, I'm a black man and Theo is too. We are IT bros. We have worked hard our whole lives, right? Studied hard, kept our face in the books. And it's unfortunate that we have people like Johnny Somali making black men look bad, bro. Making us look very, very bad, bro. Because we have already a bad image around the world. And then, especially in the social media era where information moves fast, everyone is talking about this. This was even trending in the UK, bruv. In the UK. I'm tired, Theo, bro. I'm tired. What's your thoughts here, brother?
I don't care, to be honest. He's one step away from the Koreans educating him for real. The Japanese are nice, but the Koreans, they don't take crap. So yeah, it's only going to happen for a while. It'll happen pretty soon.
It's funny on that point that you mentioned that, right? Because something did happen to him as well in South Korea. It comes to a point where when you go to another...
Now, are you serious? Oh
Yeah.
my God. I can't believe he's doing that. Holy. Okay, so let's plan a eulogy for Johnny Somali. Because there is no way he's going to make it out of South Korea alive. I'm just telling you right now. There's no way. There's... oh, man, he's going to get it. Yeah. Anyway, we should just talk about him in the past tense.
Flipping heck. I mean, that's what I'm saying now. Why would you do that, bro? Like, why would you just behave like a nuisance in a foreign country? I'm sick of it, bruv. Like, why? Why, bro?
He's gone.
Especially as a black man, knowing that we're already going through hell on planet Earth. Our image is terrible, right? And you know what? This right here, right? When South Korean women look at this, right? They're thinking, are all black men like this? Because guess what, Phil, right? A lot of black dudes, right, love South Korean chicks. Let's keep it real, Phil. And Phil, I'll be real with you, right? I do want to see more black men with South Korean chicks. But this video here, it might say, yo, are all black men like this? She doesn't mean a black man anymore, Phil.
I'm not really that worried about it, to be honest. He's going to meet his end. Eventually, he's going to tick somebody off, and something will happen. So, I think he'll I think he can deal with that eventually. He'll be dealt with. This kind of behavior isn't going to end up well. That's all. So, I would say somebody get some hair samples, get some DNA samples, so that his body could be identified in the future. Somebody's going to go against him. It's going to be pretty bad.
So Phil, I'll show you what happened, right? So he's been doing this right in South Korea, and then this happens to him. Move from studio, present, video file, and here it is, okay? So it comes to a point where enough is enough. Here it is.
한국말 써! The fuck out of this nigga. I want to stop the fuck out of this nigga.
I'm about tired of these dudes saying the N-word abroad. or even anywhere. Stop saying the N-word, bro. Like N-word this, N-word here, N-word here. Shut the flip up, man. Shut up. I'm tired of it, bruv. You're in South Korea dropping the N-word left and right. Shut up.
야, 이 병신아, 한국말 쓰라고. 너 말귀 못 알아들어. 이 씨발, 내병변 장애 있어. 이 새끼, 내병변 장애 있나 봐. 때렸다. 레전드. 레전드. 엄마. 야. 레전드. 야, 1대1 안 해, 개새끼야. 야, 1대1해, 1대1해, 씨발놈아. 1대1 해라, 개새끼야. 병신 새끼고. 야, 너 어디 갔어? 왜? 야, 1대1해, 개새끼야.
Oh my days. Now I'm against violence, man. Violence is terrible. I'm against violence. But it's just the fact that, it got so bad, right, that he got attacked in South Korea. The disrespect got so much that he got attacked in South Korea. I fear for his safety. He better get out as soon as possible, because I feel like South Koreans, right, they're different from Japanese. Like these guys, these South Korean dudes, don't look down on them, brothers, man. They've been in the army, bro, in the military. Yeah. They've got like 2 or 3 years, so they can fight, bruv. These ain't normal dudes. So if that's right? You agree with that, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. So if you're along the DMZ, apparently you have to be like a 2nd degree black belt in the Korean military if you're Korean, not US. So these guys can fight. These guys are not playing around. That's why, like, I would say, like, with Koreans, I would never insult Korean people except like jokingly, like call them a pabo or something like that. These are just like friends together. I would never ever insult Korean people because they can do this, particularly like late at night like this, nobody really around. Oh, they can take you out. Thai men can do this too. They're equally as violent. So, personally speaking, I don't blame Korean guys for doing this. I'm just surprised that it's only one guy doing it. I thought it would be a pack of them. And I'm surprised Johnny Somali can walk afterwards.
There's other clips where he's been attacked randomly in the streets by Korean dudes in South Korea, just slapped up or phone slapped out of his hand because they're tired of it, man. And again, Theo, I'm against violence, man. I'm against violence, and I hate seeing this, bruv. Right? I hate seeing anyone get attacked like this. But Johnny, like, what are you doing, man? Why are you on a mission to make brothers look bad? You did it in Japan. You done it in South Korea now. Theo, I know I keep saying about image, right? But our image is really horrible, Theo. It really is. And this has been the top trending news, one of the top trending news, right, over the past couple of days. Why do black men keep taking L's, bro? I'm tired of it, Theo, man. I want black men building companies like Elon Musk, right? I want black men to be in AI, to be, in Python, to be in IT, to be in tech, right? And I want the whole world to see that, right? I'm just so tired of just seeing negative imagery of black men, right? Every single time, Theo, bro. I'm tired, Theo, man.
I don't, again, look, they're not looking at this in terms of overgeneralization. Like, he didn't kill people. If you want to have a bad image, how about the U.S. military in South Korea? They have a bad image, but not to the same degree. Just South Koreans know what they did, know what to do. They know to go against one person. They're not going to overgeneralize. They're going to recognize it's one guy, and that's what they're going to do, take him out. You just have one crazy man. And again, white British abroad, particularly in your football matches, I mean, come on. It's not a good look either.
But Theo, he's white though. He's white. You know, white people have the power in this world, and they get a pass, Theo, everywhere. So it is what it is, Theo. Let's keep it real, Theo. White men, white women get a lot of passes, bro. Brother, I was in Ibiza, Theo, the other week, right? I saw how white British were in Ibiza, right? But
they're nuts.
But it doesn't affect the image, brother. They still get the most women, right? They still get the most opportunities. Women all around the world want white men. Let's keep it real, Phil. They have the money and the power. Let's keep it real.
They're not that rich. They don't have that much. No, they're not. The average white guy isn't going to be that much different from you, particularly in the UK. They just don't have that much money. You're talking about a few power elite. That's it. And those guys really, for the most part, ain't going to be in Ibiza. And over there, if they're talking about a white guy that they're going to go for, it's going to be a Scandinavian country white guy first before the English go, or a Spaniard who's a little dark. Those guys are going to get the women first, and then the English might get second in line, right? Then, at least you guys would be in front of the French, right? Which is true. The English would definitely be in front of the French. So, I mean, what? So the French are going to complain about, global dominance of colonies of Anglophiles, and because of them, they can't get laid in the pizza. No, I don't think they're going to say that. So I'm not worried about that. Black men do just fine in Ibiza. I had a great time while I was there. I've got some good stories. Again, not that worried about this guy, Johnny Somali. I think he's gotten what he deserved. I think he should get some more. I hope that let's just say that I hope that he visits the Ukrainian. Sorry, I hope he visits the Korean medical establishment properly and for a long time. How to say that? I have to be. No, I don't want him to get out. I want him to be there for a while.
Okay. All right. Okay. I know your friends there. All right. So, okay. So, next one to react to, brothers. When you go abroad, please, you represent Black men, you represent me, you represent Theo. So please, make sure you ain't doing these antics. I took a in the visa.
The problem, that's not the problem that I have, to be honest. The problem that I have with black men abroad are the baby mamas. You have a much larger proportion of baby mamas than you have with like white military. So black military versus white military. Black military is a much lower number, but the amount of baby mamas produced around bases is huge. And so that's the issue that I have. And when I was in Japan, that was something that I had to deal with. So, guys, keep it under control. That's, I guarantee you there's no woman came up to you and said she doesn't trust you because of what Theo did, right? No, that didn't happen.
Okay, let's try the next one. Took a pill in the beach to show I was cold. Okay, I got one over here. Okay, this one over here. Okay. Yeah. So we got a brother here who says the world is too actual, and I definitely agree. Let's check it out.
For me, I just think that the world is way too lustful. I'm not the only one that's thinking like this.
I agree, bro. I definitely agree. You look on TV, the music, the posters, there's too many lustful images, right? And it's becoming overbearing. And a shout out to his brother for for speaking the truth, right? And telling it as it is.
I know you see it everywhere you go, on every social media app, every time that you scroll, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, all over your phone, on every single website. And it's been like this since I was a kid, and it's only gotten worse.
Facts. It's only gotten worse, man. You go on Twitter. I mean, the other day, right, I was on Twitter, right? I was literally looking at some soccer news on Twitter. Football, soccer, if you're American, soccer, okay? And
football. We say football. The S word will not be stated on your channel. No.
Soccer.
No,
Football.
don't say that. Football.
Okay.
Thank you.
No soccer, football. So and then I'm scrolling down, right, and I see a lustful clip of a chick, right, getting smashed out. I'm thinking, yo, how have I gone from watching? How have I gone from looking at football news to seeing a chick get smashed down on the table? Come on, man. Like, let's carry on here, bro.
You keep seeing things being thrown in your face. I first want to acknowledge one thing, right? Don't ever feel bad for having attraction to anything or having a type. We're human beings. We're
Facts. We love women. We love women.
supposed to be attracted to what we like. You see what I'm saying? So there's no need to feel bad for it. But what I'm speaking about is something totally different. I'm speaking about the over-sexualization that we're seeing in society. I'm speaking about seeing things when you're not even looking for it.
Facts, bro. Facts. Theo, have you ever experienced that recently as well? When you're on social media, when you're on the apps, right? You're looking at normal things and something lustful or sexual just pops up. And you're thinking, you're annoyed, like, why is this on my feed? Break it down for us, Phil. Have you ever experienced that before, bro?
Yeah. I mean, but you have to look at the women. So how many women are purposely promoting themselves in a sexualized manner? In fact, what a lot of Western women will say is like, if men promote them, then it's sexual exploitation. But if the women do it themselves, then it's liberation. And the women have proven to be much better promoters of their own sexuality than men are. So, I mean, if you look at my Facebook, I mean, there's plenty of threads of women promoting themselves, barely covering their bodies. Yes, it's quite common. I just look at it and say, if they want to do that, so be it. I just don't have to look at it. But it does get irritating. I'll agree with you on this one point. Particularly if you're not looking at it, you don't want to look at it, and it pops up. You're like, come on, like, can you give me a break? Like, yes, you have a great rack. Yes, your booty is great. Okay, fine. Like, I'm studying Python. I'm doing Kubernetes. I'm doing this kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So that's the stuff I'm doing. That's it.
Facts. Keep it coded, right? Extra. Make sure you use coded words, please. All right, let's carry on to the next part.
I'm speaking about it popping up every single where, like it's advertisement, literally, and it's getting annoying. I'm not shaming anybody, people who doing OnlyFans, people who like to show their body.
No, and that's a problem there. We need to shame them, right? We need to shame these people, bro, and call them out. That's what's missing in society nowadays, right? Shame. We need to shame these people that are making the world too lustful and sexualized. I don't want to be looking at my feed on Twitter. I'm reading football news, right? Or sport news, and I see a chick get smashed out on the kitchen table. No, I didn't come here for that on Twitter. I want to read my news, please. We need to shame them. Ain't that right, Phil? We got to bring shame back to society, right?
I would be useful to bring back shame, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, again, it's reason why I just don't look at a lot of media. The one I don't like, to be honest with you, is like you have this girl that, you look at her as like kind of like a wholesome girl. She looks like the girl next door, and then she pops her OF link to you. That's the one I really don't like. I'm just like, look, I'm not even looking for that right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? So
facts. Yeah. Shame. If you know what you know, if you know what I'm referred to, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a good thing. Shame. Yeah, that was powerful. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to know. What's coming next. Oh,
You know, women's empowerment, men empowerment too. I'm not getting on none of y'all. But what I'm saying is for us, for the ones that's not overdoing it, and we're getting tired of seeing all that stuff. We're getting tired of it being pushed on TV. We're getting tired of it being pushed on every single thing that we're looking at. We have to be the ones to make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable and responsible to not feed into it, because the truth is, when you like one Instagram post of an IG model, Instagram gonna show you 30 more.
Facts. So you're saying here, big tech is pushing that, and I wonder why these corporations pushing this kind of lustful image. There's an agenda happening here, and men got a peep game here, because again, if you're too obsessed with these images, right, you're going to have no discipline. And it's very important for men to have actual discipline, right? So the other week, right, P. Diddy, right, who didn't have any actual discipline, is now sitting in a jail cell. Always control yourself, brothers, man. Have discipline. Discipline applies to every area of your life, even when it comes to women and SCX. In the right field.
Yeah, you definitely need to be controlling yourself, but I think we control ourselves. It's not, for the most part, we ain't going out there shaking it like that, right? So I'm not really sure about that. Look, it's hard to stop it. I mean, like, you can't read Japanese. I know that we've talked. You can't read it as like the level that I can. And if you're on the Japanese subway or the metro, if you have their advertisements, what percentage of that is adult related? It's huge. But if you read Japanese properly, you can read what's going on. And then how many people are just sitting there reading that kind of stuff while they're going to work? So the sexualization is there. I got introduced to it in Europe. It was everywhere. Russia was everywhere. So I just say, learn to avoid it. Keep on going. Don't be a part of it. That's all. But it's there. It's not going to go away, because human beings like to breed. There wouldn't be like how many billions of us without some desire for getting our freaks on. So what can I say?
Okay, so the first thing I got to say is we have to first be accountable before we point fingers at society or anybody else in a position of power. We have to be accountable because we hold the most power in our life. And we have to say, you know what? It's my responsibility to make sure that I clean up my algorithm the best way that I can. Right?
Facts. I definitely agree with that.
If you're doing that, okay, welcome to the club. Now let's talk. It's too much. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, man. And here's my theory. I believe that it's happening on purpose so we could be the worst version of ourselves, so we could be the lower version of ourselves. I truly do. I don't believe that it's of help. I believe that it's to our detriment.
Facts. Keeps you distracted from your real goals, changing your life, society, progression, etc., etc. When you constantly think about box, about chicks all the time, about getting your freak on, having no discipline, you ain't gonna achieve anything, man. Because you lack discipline. You lack discipline. It's very, very important. Have discipline.
I don't believe that they're looking out for us. I believe that they want to hurt us. They want to keep us in a state of lustfulness. When you're in a state of lustfulness, you're the lowest that you could ever be. I'm telling you, bro. Instead of love, they want us to lust, right? Instead of focusing on our purpose, they want us to focus on women. They want us to focus on the people or things that we may be attracted to in a lustful manner.
Facts. Theo, what's your thoughts about that, Theo? What you said there?
Yeah, just control yourself. Again, that's just religion. All religions say the same thing. So it's not anything new to me. Just keep your mind, focused, and you'll be just fine. Don't be looking out. Don't be looking for something freaky. That's it. But that's a very hard message to sell to a lot of people. I mean, think of it. I mean, again, you're a teacher. I'm a teacher as well. How many of our students, when they actually get that first job, when they actually become successful, how many of them turned again their freak on within the first 6 months? right?
Hmm.
And even I'll talk to them and say, like, you know, you're doing this wrong. You're just getting into money. You need to be focusing on your career and assets and being calm and building yourself up. This is not a time to be thinking about you're getting your freak on. But that's what they're thinking about. And you kind of got to sit back and say, okay, you know, there's that in there as well. And they're like, I did so much work. And I'm like, you just did a course for about a year, you know, you're a year and a half. You're not doing that much work. You're just starting to work. That's it. You know, tell me, come back in 5 or 10 years and you can talk about doing a lot of work. But that's what they do. So it's just a part of nature. I would say it has to be controlled and regulated. There's a time for it. If you really want to get your freak on, I would say get married. But then, as we see with marriage, women, particularly in the West, don't put out. Wives don't put out. So what do you do? No. It's a tough situation, man. But I get what this guy is saying. Of course, I mean, I agree with him.
Facts, absolute facts. Brothers, have discipline and believe in yourselves. Okay, so move from studio. Let me do super chats for you. Hold on. Shout out to Tiberius for the support. Salute to you, brother. Thank you very much. Shout out the Sultans of IT. Unfortunately, 7 days left until K-Town gets to win. K-Town. Oh, Korea. No. Kamala. No. First, Obama insulted us. Then Michelle said on the world stage, men needs to do better. Ethnism abound. Get your passport, boys. Listen, get your passport, man. I do believe Trump will win.
Yeah.
But if Kamala does win, get your passport, get out the West, and seek better fortunes ahead. Shout out to Jughead, one for the support. Theo, explain the African black leaders deleted by Russia, and then ask who is sterilizing sisters in Kenya and Tanzania. The West never been liberal. Theo makes a perfect argument for deleting babies. LOL. Theo, keep it PG, yeah, please.
The West has never been liberal. Okay, Jughead, you're nuts. Who's promoting the rainbow alphabet community the most? I mean, come on, man. You have a very sophomoric way of doing things. You need to go back to school and learn a few things. African leaders deleted by Russia, China, and the United States, and the UK, the Portuguese, the Germans. Who else? I mean, who else was doing it? I mean, it's almost the Arabs. You can't just say it's one country. You can't even say it's one or two. It's been quite a few ever since colonialism has been occurring in Africa. So, again, I think you need to learn a bit, Jughead.
Peace up, Theo, Jughead. Peace up, please. Peace it up right now, right? Stop the shade. Peace it up. Shout out to Mufasa for the support. Respect to my brothers. IP, yo, Mufasa in the building. What's up, Mufasa? Been a minute, bro. I've been in Fukuoka for 2 weeks now, and it's flames. I'll be here for another 3 weeks. I'm gonna move here. Japan is a black man's paradise. Women are ultra feminine. I told y'all, brothers, man. I told y'all, Mufasa. I'm gonna ask you, brother, the most important question in the history of mankind, Mufasa. Okay?
No, don't. Are you serious? Are you gonna ask Mufasa? No. Okay, fine. Go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead. Do it.
It's a question, brother, right? That is probably, so powerful, brother, and so potent. It can turn water into wine, and vice versa. It's a question so powerful, bro. It can make mankind walk on water like Christ did in the Bible, brother. It's a question so powerful, brother, that even aliens in outer space, in Mars, know of the question, Theo. It's a question so powerful, brother, okay? It can stop meteorites and cause tsunamis and earthquakes, Theo. Mufasa, are the women in Fukuoka, Japan, checking super duper ultra heavy for black men, brother? Please, let me know, brother, please. We need to know, please, brother, please.
Mufasa.
They're checking for us, bro? In Fukuoka?
They're checking for anyone in Fukuoka. Like they're not just Japanese in general. They're usually thinking about who's going to be best for them. I would say they and Slavic women have very much the same thinking this way. So they don't necessarily care if it's a Japanese man or if it's a Russian man or it's a black man or like, if it's black English, it could be you, somebody from Manchester or who knows where you're from. Like Sheffield. It could be Sheffield. It could be IP from Sheffield. I don't know. It could be a Canadian. They don't care. Mexican, they don't care. That's right. You notice half Japanese kids are all over the world. Because Japanese women don't care. So the same with Slavic. They're all over the world. Half Slavic kids are all over the world. I'm half Slavic, right? I'm half Russian. No, I'm half Lithuanian, half Russian. So
you're Lithuanian.
Sorry, quarter Lithuanian, quarter Russian.
Oh wow!
So
huh?
Yeah, because people like him, they're freaks on. That was it. I mean, I had a mom who liked black men. What can I say? Well, that's what it was. I mean, she even told me. She said, "Oh, I can't say what she told you. You'll be demonetized." All I could say is what mom said was she took me over to the side when I was 18 years old and said, "Never feel bad about being black. Black men are the best men in bed." So she was not joking around.
Wow.
So yeah. So yeah. I'm just saying. So those Japanese women will always be looking for who's best for them, and that's why we'll always have an opportunity with them.
Awesome.
Speaking about that, I want to do this on every single time on your channel. I do want to give another book. This is another power Japanese book, Beyond Polite Japanese, and this is one of the best books that I ever had when I was studying Japanese. I just bought it again. This is amazing. Picha picha. Look at that. Oh, look at that word. Splashed. I remember that, saying that with Yukiko.
Pika pika pika.
No.
Shiny,
picha.
shiny.
Picha picha. Oh yeah, pika pika is shiny. That's right. There's just all kinds of really great expressions that you can learn in Japanese, and this book has really great list of them. So I say definitely recommend this if you want to learn Japanese. Again, you can't really learn Japanese in an easy fashion. You have to be like all about it. It's like a total war against Japanese because it's so deep. There's so many expressions. There's so many ways of learning it. So again, this is a good one. Go for it, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Brav. Shout out to Theo there. Next one's react to. Okay. Video file. Let's react to Theo's homeland. Okay. His original ancestral homeland.
Imagine being fined $4,000 for not wanting to have a child. That soon may become the reality for those living in Russia.
That's insane, bro. That's very interesting, bro. Damn. Let's see what I got here to say.
Right now, Russian parliament is working on a law to ban what they're calling propaganda of child-free ideology, which is modeled on a pre-existing law banning LGBT propaganda. MPs from ruling party United Russia say that the promotion of childlessness is a threat to the country's traditional values.
Now, again, if that's how they feel in that country, who are we to tell them, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. We're not Russia. They're not us. Okay? I know there'll be a lot of liberals angry about that. Oh, blah, 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 blah. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. Okay? If they want plenty of kids in their society, they are entitled to that. Okay? That's how it is. Let's carry on.
Which places tremendous importance on having a big family. Earlier this year, Vladimir Putin put improving country's birth rate on top of his priorities.
So Theo, so far, right, you being half Russian or quarter Russian, right? Theo, what's your thoughts in this clip so far?
Hold on. Let's hold that thought. You got.
I know. I saw it, bro.
Okay.
I saw it. We'll read it after.
Okay. So I'm not surprised, but you see, Western countries also have this idea. So if you have children, you get a tax break, right? Look at what Kamala is giving. If you are giving a $6,000 tax break for mothers when they give birth, right? The same kind of idea. So he's doing a $4,000 penalty, whereas the United States will give money. Japanese government, I forgot how much they give to Japanese women when they give birth, but there's an incentive to do it. So this is basically the same kind of idea. Russians, this is why, that's another reason why I say Russia's screwed when they're in Brics. I don't even care. They have a super declining birth rate. Before the war, there were over 9 million Russian women than men. Now, you have all the fatalities and the men who are injured to such a degree that they're not really going to breed anymore, it's about 1.5 million altogether. So that would push the imbalance well over 10 million additional Russian women. What are they going to do? And most of them are these are like white women, not just like Siberian women. They're doomed. They can't breed anymore. They have a problem. So Chinese are having the same problem right now, but they're not nearly as bad as Russia is in their demographics. So I don't blame them for doing that. But I guarantee you, you know how Russian women will think for the most part? They'll just pay $4,000. That's how they think. Here you go, $4,000. I'm not going to have a kid.
So there's a huge gender imbalance there in Russia. There's more women than men, right? That sounds to me right. We gotta get passport bros over to Russia and 1 million. Hold on for you, right? 1 million black men. I want to get 1 million black men across America, UK, Africa, Caribbean, etc., over to Russia to save their population crisis, and also 1 million plus passport bros. Russia, make the call. I can make it happen, bro. Make the call, Russia. I can mobilize a couple brothers to go and save the population right there, right now, bro.
Well, you could do African men, you could do Caribbean men, but it ain't gonna be Western men. It ain't gonna be you and me, because those 1.5 million Russian men who got knocked out of service, it was because of American and UK armaments, right? So that's the reality. As I've said on your channel before, my Russian girlfriend was the most perfect girlfriend I ever had. And Russian women in general, they're the only women I really don't have a problem with. I understand how they think. I understand where they're coming from. So believe me, if I could, like, if you and me could just go to Russia real quick, teleport there, be there 6 months without any threat to our well-being, oh man, we'd have the pick of the litter. we'd have the most unbelievable Russian women we could get, right? It would be wonderful, but that ain't happening right now. No, it's not gonna happen. I wish I could happen, yeah, but not gonna happen.
Okay, let's carry on watching.
Семья, где растут 3 или больше детей, должна, безусловно, стать нормой, естественным образом жизни.
Russia is facing a demographic crisis. Its birth rate is the lowest it's been in a quarter of a century. At the same time, mortality is on the rise, with no end in sight to the war in Ukraine. And thousands have fled Russia to avoid being conscripted. Those who stay say the political and economic climate does not motivate them to have kids in Russia. A recent study found...
So speak on that, Theo.
Yeah, of course. They've had this problem since World War II. Again, the policies, the economic environment, their working conditions, all of this does not incentivize white Russian women to breed. This has been a problem since the end of World War II. That's why they have a demographics problem. And I want to say, Russian women are some of the sweetest women I've ever met in my life. They're like, you talk to them for a while, they're like butter. man, they're like butter on popcorn, and you're watching a good Marvel movie before it got bought by Disney.
You got jokes, huh? You got jokes.
Yeah, I got some jokes. I'm serious. Like, they are just amazing, amazing people. Like the women. Yeah. So the best kisses I ever had in my life was with a Russian woman. They're just soft, feminine, wonderful. Again, we can't go there and breed. Sorry, bro. I wish that were true. If they had this problem with Chechnya or something like that, or like Kazakhstan or something, Turkmenistan, they had all these people and they're having this happen, and they still liked America. Oh man, I wouldn't be here right now. This would be broadcast from Russia. I'd be in Russia like right now, like slapping cheeks. That's what I'd be going on. But it ain't happening. I got all the Russian materials for it. I could go full on super Russian, just like I'm gonna do nothing but Russian in my head for a long time. I could do that, but they just don't. And Russian women want to have kids. I want to say that they desire to have children. The only reason they don't have children is because of the environment. But their goal, like a Russian woman who have 3 kids, is like really rich. Like that's how they're viewed. That's how they view wealth, is having family. So if you could actually have 1 kid, you're rich. 2 or 3, amazing. That woman is rolling in it. It's not that she has a car or she has Hermes or something like that. It's the children.
Awesome.
That 30% have either postponed or changed their opinion of having children. And experts say this ban on child-free propaganda won't help. Instead, it is yet another step in the systematic crackdown on women's rights in Russia, where access to abortion and emergency contraception has already been limited.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's an issue. I was going to say that's an issue since the Soviet Union. So it was very common for a Soviet woman to have over 20 child deletions because they didn't have any contraception.
Flipping heck.
Yeah, that was so sad. It's just bad. So that's another reason why the women liked Western men, is because they could get pregnant, have child, and then we use contraception afterwards. And they were very happy about that.
Okay, interesting there, interesting. Okay, but still get your passport, and if you want to go to Russia, we'll see what happens there. All right, so let's see here. Super chats. Shout out to Mr. Mufasa for the support. Yes, I've got receipts. I've got 4 dates. Incredible. I've also heard that Fukuoka has, is it true, the most beautiful woman in the whole of Japan? Is that true?
Yes. I would say Fukuoka. They had some stutters. Like, goodness. Okay, Mufasa is not returning back. That's it. It's over for him. And the way he looks, again, he's not using his photo. I've seen his photo, how he looks. Yeah, you will be very successful in Fukuoka. But you're going to have a great time.
Okay, so I got to get 1 million black men to Fukuoka by the end of 2025. Okay, let's work on that. Okay, that's a goal to do. 1 million black men to Fukuoka, Japan by 2025. Awesome. Shout out to, look at this, man. Quiet Storm DJ with the super chat of the flipping the past 6 months, bro. $200, man. Thank you, bro, for the support. Quiet Storm DJ. Salute to you, bro, man. I want to say thank you so much for supporting the channel, for supporting what I do. This is amazing, bro. That means a lot. Salute to you, bro. You are awesome. Thank you, bro. And shout out to Quiet Storm DJ again for dropping another stack on the channel and the movement and the support. Thank you, bro, man. Quiet Storm DJ, I want to say thank you very much. More success, blessings to you, more wealth to you, brother. This means a lot, bro. Thank you so much, brother, man. Wow.
Yeah, Quiet Storm DJ coming in heavy, man. Like, again, thank you very much. Again, any kind of support that you have for the movement or for what we're doing is greatly appreciated. So you're the man. All I gotta say is just really thank. Come talk to us sometime on Facebook, all right? You know.
Absolutely, man. Quiet. Go on, bro.
Yeah, we definitely want to engage with you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Quiet Storm. Much appreciated, bro. Okay, awesome. So next one to react to. Let's react to this one over here. Okay, let's try this one over here.
So whenever I met you, you were just coming from Cali, right?
Cali, Colombia.
You were coming from Cali, Colombia, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a week to decide if you like this place or not.
Yep.
And then a week went by and you said, I'm moving out here. Why do you say that?
So we've got a brother who was previously in Cali, Colombia, now in, I think, in Nairobi, Kenya. That's a big jump there. South America to Africa, leaving Latinas, leaving peanut butter brown skin Latinas for curvy African chicks. That's a big jump there. Let's see what he says.
Man, let me start off by saying the people in Nairobi, Kenya are absolutely awesome, man. Like, I met some really good people. You know what I'm saying? It's good to network here. A lot of business opportunity out here. The food's amazing. I actually feel healthier. You know what I'm saying? The air is good to breathe. I just feel like, yo, this right here, it's
sounds like paradise to me. Nice people, great air. We know the air quality is terrible in the UK and the US. They don't really care about their citizens like that. Great food, great people. Nairobi, Kenya is looking like a spot that, you know, we got to check out, Theo. I've not been there myself, but I may have to put that on my list, Theo, because hearing this so far, I'm loving it. If you're going to leave Colombia for Kenya, right, there better be a pretty good reason, because Colombia is cheap, a lot of Latinas, you know, chill there. But Theo, what's your thoughts on Nairobi, Kenya, brother, and the brother's comments so far?
If that's where he finds happiness, that's where he finds happiness. Right? And I have no problems with that, with what he's saying. Again, look what I say. I say that Russian women are the best women that I've ever met. I mean, that's subjective, right? So people may disagree with that. I'm just saying the best ones I met were Russian, right? I would say, you know, I have my ranking system. For him, Kenya is the best place, right? If I could move back to Japan tomorrow and bring all of my gym equipment and my dogs, I would be gone. I'm serious. I would do it. I would do it tomorrow. I can't do that. But if I could, I would. That's where I find my happiness. He knows where he finds his happiness. That's great. What I say is, for the people who are listening to this podcast, where is your happiness? Find it. And once you find your happiness, good. Go out there, communicate with us so we can network with you as a Passport Bros globally. I wish you nothing but happiness and prosperity wherever you go.
Absolutely.
Absolutely something I can invest in, because even looking and comparing to Colombia, I wanted to live there, but there was also the language barrier and then the cultural differences. Here in Africa, I feel like I'm embraced a little bit more than I was doing in Colombia. And
so he said he's embraced more in Nairobi, Kenya, and Africa than in Cali, Colombia, which is interesting. That might be because Kenya is a majority black country. I'm sure Colombia, there's black people there in Colombia, but it's still a diverse nation that's run by white Spanish people. So interesting comments.
No. Colombians value black children more than they do value white kids. I've heard this from more than one Colombian woman. They would rather breed with a black man. I've heard this. I'm serious. By more than one Colombian. So it's nothing like, we're not talking about a power structure. No, I can't say it. He just found his piece there. And if he found his piece there, that is where he found his piece. So let him find his piece there. That's, again, I have my place that I like. Other people have their places where they like.
Okay.
So that's with the Afro-Colombians, you know what I mean? There's love there. But being here in Nairobi, Kenya, everyone has the Hakuna Matata type mentality. So with that being said, you know, I actually fell in love with it, man. You know what I mean?
So what were some of the cultural differences you noticed in between Cali, Colombia, and being here? Since you said you were with the Afro-Colombians, what were some things that were different besides the language?
Yeah, man, it still was their thing. You know, I still felt like an outcast, even though they said that they were going to embrace me. Like they showed him that they were embracing me.
Oh, you felt outcasted in Colombia. Interesting.
If he felt that way, I don't know why. Like you have Andre, he's totally happy in Cali. We have how many of our students are in Cali, Colombia right now?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. At least 30 to 40 of our students are in Cali. So if he didn't feel that way, believe me, there are plenty of brothers who do. Again, that's just the way he felt. He needed to have this situation. That's fine. But I don't want anyone to watch this and think that you won't feel appreciated at home in Cali, Colombia. You will. You're going to enjoy it.
You know, to be honest with you, they were still, you know, hey, in order to be my friend, you have to give me some type of money. You have to help me out, help my family out. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, that's not something that I wanted to subscribe to, man. So when I came out here, I didn't see any of that. And you know, everyone, you know, hard work, and even the guys, you know what I mean? Because I'm speaking for having the guy friends in Colombia, man. They were like, oh, even though they say that they're your friend, they're holding you down and shit like that, they still wanted some type of like money for hanging out with you.
Yeah, it was still something. I felt it a lot too when I was in Latin America. If you had friends, everybody wants something out of you in life, but there it just felt so in your face, like they really want something. Versus here, it's just like maybe they do want something, but you could literally just go get drinks or just go shoot pool with somebody.
Exactly.
And that's where it stops at, you know. Versus there, it was always, especially with the language barrier, that makes it even more probable for that to happen.
Interesting. So you feel like there wasn't enough genuine people in Colombia compared to Kenya, where people are more genuine there. So he's found his peace. You know, it didn't work out for him in Colombia.
He doesn't speak the language. That's the big part. He didn't speak the language, so he has a barrier. So he's talking about a certain group of people with whom he's talking. Remember, I told you about Japan. Don't hang out with the Japanese people who speak in English. Hang out with those who only speak in Japanese. It's a different crowd. You want to speak the local language. If you don't, you're going to get this kind of situation right here. This is, again, I look at him and say, okay, then why don't you go learn Spanish before you go there? Because you'll meet plenty of women in particular who would be thrilled to be with you speaking as he looks, who speaks in Spanish, should be thrilled to be on a date with him. And they're not going to be asking for anything. So at this case, I would say you feel that way because you don't speak the language.
Okay. Awesome. Get your passport and find your happiness in paradise, brothers. Okay. Fantastic. Move from studio. Shout out to Quiet Storm DJ again for the support. Thank you, bro. Whoa. Support for the brotherhood. Say no to Kamala 2024. Facts. Say no to Kamala 2024. Okay. Brothers, vote for Orange Man. You know who Orange Man is. Okay. And next time, you know, we speak in the future, okay, I better see a certain man who has won the election, okay? So yes, indeed. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Let's react to an article, okay, in regards to Saudi Arabia, okay? Because big news coming out of that country. It may be the future, okay? So share screen, present, share screen, okay? So we have an article here, and it's called Wall Street and Tech Royalty Fly to Saudi Events Amid Mid-East War. So there's due to be a big event, a big investment event happening in Saudi Arabia, okay, which is an upcoming country that is pouring a lot of money into tech, finance, etc., okay? So it says here, Saudi Arabia will host the biggest names in finance and technology this coming week in a test of investor appetite for the kingdom's ambitions of transforming itself into a global hub at a time of widening regional conflict. Okay, so it says here, right? Okay, Those arriving at the Future Investment Initiative, often dubbed Davos in the desert, that's funny, seem undeterred, sensing an opportunity to plug into Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salam's $1 trillion Vision 2030 economic remake. Goldman Sachs Group Inc., David Solomon, Citigroup Inc., Jane Fraser, BlackRock, Larry Fink, have become regulars at the Riyadh summits and are set to return next year. It says here, it will reflect on Saudi Arabia's focus on technology and artificial intelligence. Woo, big news, okay? And it says here, right, Wall Street and Silicon Valley have increasingly turned to the oil-rich Middle East as liquidity gets tighter in other parts of the world, especially China. Saudi Arabia itself commands nearly $1 trillion in sovereign wealth, through though the Crown Prince wants titans of industry to stop deploying that money overseas and instead help support his domestic ambitions. That's insane, okay? So this conference here, okay, is going to be about tech, artificial intelligence, investing, and building towards Saudi Arabia's 2030 vision, which is to make Saudi Arabia a prosperous country, okay, in the tech and AI field. This is big news, okay, because it's showing you that Saudi Arabia is an upcoming country, and it is an opportunity for those who are in IT, who have ambitious against IT, to consider maybe working in Saudi Arabia, or for businesses that, you know, have links to Saudi Arabia. This guy has $1 trillion of wealth in his sovereign fund for investments, and, you know, that can change the whole geopolitical landscape. And Saudi Arabia may become a big player, right? On the world stage. What's your thoughts here, Theo, in regards to this particular groundbreaking event, brother?
Looks good, but look at I would say look at how they're going to implement it. That's it. Like, I want to see what the policy details are, or how they're really going to go about this. I mean, it looks hopeful. I don't have any problem with Saudi Arabia doing this, of course. This would be great if the Saudis would do this, because their people need it. And if they would become a better tech player in the world, I think that would be great. Again, no problems with it. Let's just see how they implement it, how that's really going to go down. I don't think they're going to become another Dubai, that's for sure. But I mean, that would be great if they did, but I don't see it. You know. Yeah. But let's hope. Let's hope it works.
You know, Saudi Arabia has close ties to Brics as well.
But they hate Iran, and Iran is a part of Brics, and these two want to, send rockets at each other's oil manufacturing, like oil pumping stations. That's not going to go down. So, just like, again, when you got the EU, you didn't have countries about to go to war with each other. They were like, we're done. We're not going to do that anymore. If the Saudis could, they would. If the Saudis could, they. Well, okay. How do I say this peacefully on your channel? If the Saudis could, they would allow a third party to come in and knock out Iran, and then they would sweep up what they could Iran, and they could go knock out the third power themselves, and then they would be the supreme power in the Middle East. That's what they would really love to do. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but they're itching for it. So, that's the way that one goes.
Okay, but I definitely want to tap into this kind of. I think we should tap into this kind of sphere of what's the word for it? Sphere of influence, or I think this is the future. Particularly Saudi's 2030 plan, and having BlackRock attend. I saw TikTok there. I saw Alphabet, which is obviously Google. Means that it's a pretty big deal. They have $1 trillion of sovereign wealth, bro, to invest in. So they're going to become a strong powerhouse in the future. a big economic powerhouse. And they want to shift away from oil as well. As you know, Theo, Saudi is very oil rich. But, we are obviously moving towards electronic vehicles, lithium batteries, cobalts, okay? So moving further away from oil. And the Saudis are preparing for that. So what does that mean? They're going to need more IT people. There'll be more tech jobs, right? There'll be more IT jobs, okay? And this is good for people who want to get into IT or who are already in the IT industry. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is good. I can't necessarily say this is going to be good for passport bros. Maybe it would be good for us. Again, guys, in Saudi Arabia need to have some discipline. They're not playing around. So you need, as long as you're disciplined in Saudi Arabia, you'll be just fine. If not, yeah, you could be a Python master doing all kinds of stuff. They'll definitely educate you about a few things. So, that's just what I'm saying. What else can I say about that? Outside of that,
facts, absolute facts. Let's see what happens with this, but super interesting. Okay, all right. So stop sharing. So let's react to this clip over here. Video file. Where is it? Okay, let's go.
Lil Durk. Grammy-winning rapper Lil Durk has been arrested, accused in a murder-for-hire plot near the Beverly Center. Durk, whose real name is Dirk Devontae Banks, was taken into custody yesterday near Miami Airport. He's accused of ordering the murder of a Georgia rapper who goes by Quando Rondo. Rondo's cousin was killed near the Beverly Center back in 2022. We'll have much more on this story on Eyewitness News this afternoon.
Imagine being a multi-millionaire, right? Having everything you can in this world, big house, big car, the woman, and you're behaving like this. You're still doing street stuff. This right here is shocking, absolutely shocking. And it comes to a point where the Black community needs to have a serious discussion here about gang culture, thug culture, gangster culture, because when I first heard the news about this guy, and he's quite popular, right? I'm not saying that I'm a big fan of him. I feel he's from your neck of the woods, Phil, Chicago. Okay.
I in Chicago. No, I'm not. No. I left Chicago. Don't put that on me. No. I ain't there. I ain't going back there again. No.
But Phil, right? But we need to. Why do some Black men, right, even though they're rich, they're prosperous, still want to be gangsters, right? Because like, in my honest opinion, right, this is just low intelligence stuff, right? Like you have all the wealth and you're ordering deletions of someone else, even though you're a multi-famous rapper with that wealth. What is going on in the heads of some of my brothers in the Black community, Phil?
I can't give you an honest answer, but I know what the answer is. I wish I were Andre.
Keisha.
Andre. No, I mean Andre from Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders, because he would say the truth. I can't say the truth. So let's just say they have a few issues that they have to deal with, and because of that, they have these problems. So I really wish that I could say a bit more, but it would be against the policies of your channel and something that I don't say. So
okay, fair enough. But yep, you're right, innocent until proven guilty. But if it is true, I'll be very shocked. It's a whole bunch of nonsense, but innocent until proven guilty, I think that's definitely something that we need to all abide by for everyone. I know we live in a culture where, it's just, you did it. But again, innocent until proven guilty. So I'll be watching this trial. to see what happens here. But shocking, absolutely shocking, man. Okay, so next one to react to. Come, bro.
Yeah, I just think it is. That is a culture from which we are separating, and we're going our own way, and we don't want to be a part of that. So when we go to our countries that we go to, we don't want to be bringing that with us on the airplane, and that's definitely not a part of my life at all. In fact, if it is, I see that as a part of my life. I move away from it. So guys, don't let that be a part of you. Let's do something else in life. Let's not do that.
Facts. Let's try to skip over here.
Right. So you rocking with Trump? I can say that, right?
Listen, yeah, I feel like I do rock with Trump. I'm gonna go ahead and say it out loud. Like I've been to myself, because the way they try to shame people and the way they make you feel, it's almost like you got to look around like, yeah, I f with Trump. You know what I
mean? Facts. I'm happy that we reached a time, in this world and society that we can openly say that we rock with Trump, right? I remember back then in 2016, 2017, you said you were a Trump supporter, bro. I mean, in some cases, you were attacked physically, right? Now you can say, yeah, I rock with Trump, and particularly black men, because black men have been controlled by the liberal industrial complex. Hey, if you're not voting for liberals, you're not black. But now it's changing. Theo, what's your thoughts here on that fear of on that fear being removed from black men and openly stating that I rock with Trump, I support Trump?
Some of us are saying it. I'm definitely keeping. What can I say? I'm not openly saying who I'm supporting, to be honest. I have to maintain a certain decor, so we can't necessarily say everything. And shoot, I mean, you can say who you support because we don't know who you are and you're not showing your face. So it's still not, we're still not free. So, like, let's just be real. Nobody knows what my real name is either. Like, I'm still showing my face, so you don't know my real name. So we still can't do it as much as we should be able to. We're really not that free yet.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, I put Trump over Kamala, and if you say he's racist, well, guess what? I like my racist outward. I don't like racists.
Do you think that's a good statement to say? Like you like your racism outwards and not hidden, and it's something that I've heard a lot of brothers say. Trump, he raw with it, he open with it, and I prefer that kind of openness than you keeping it inside, right? Smiling in my face, but inside you really hate me. Is that a fair statement for you?
Yes, but I would say that Trump has done quite a lot for black men. And because of that, he has earned support from black men by far more than any other party. So I understand what he's saying. Like, he's just saying, like, if he's racist, but he does more for us than other people do, so be
it. Let's see. Okay.
Who hide in the background and pretend to be my friend, but really they're stabbing me in the knife with a back. But here's the thing, Trump is not racist.
Yep, a lot of liberals do that. I've come across that in the workplace. I've come across that amongst so-called friends or people, etc., etc. Smiling in your face, but they truly hate you, And I think that's the worst type of person, because you don't know if you don't know that they actually really dislike you, but they pretend to you. You kind of want someone to show you their true colors, right? And it may be harsh, right? But you know how to move and maneuver, because in the workplace, right, you may have someone that just hates you because you're black, but they'll hide it from you, So you wanna know the energy that they're giving off rip, so you can actually know, okay, she's not a good person, he's not a good person. I'm gonna be careful there. Would you agree with that, Theo?
I have to agree with you there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it would be much better for us to have that situation than we have for other situations. Yeah, I agree with you.
Awesome.
And the only time that y'all started saying he was racist is when he started running for president. Before that, black people and the black community loved Trump. He was in all the fucking raps.
It was all on his nuts.
Right. And then if you look at the thing.
That's facts, man. I remember back in the day, 90s, early 2000s, he'd be on rap songs, man. Yo, I'm the Black Trump or whatever. There were songs dedicated to Trump by black rappers, right? And they did a whole 360 on the dude ever since 2016.
He's done, like he helped, he supported Jesse Jackson's run for the presidency back then. He helped fund it.
I never knew that.
People don't know that. When Jennifer Hudson, this happened with her family and all of that, he fucking put her up and all kinds of shit. Like,
whoa, I never knew that. Trump did that for black people? Whoa. Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn.
This man is a racist in the media, basically. Like, the media has made him a racist, but I haven't seen anything from him that would indicate to me that he's a racist. They say, oh, he inspires racism and all of that. I mean, America inspires racism.
Facts. It's a racist country in itself. Speak on that, Theo.
America inspires racism.
It's true. It's true, Theo.
Well, I mean, that.
Look at the image of black men in Hollywood.
No. There's racism all over the world. You're going to have it. The question is with inspires, right? And I get what he is saying. That's fine. I let him go. I don't have much more to say about that. I let him go.
You don't think Biden inspires racism? First of all, there was more police brutality against black people under Obama's term than I think anybody's.
Facts. Absolute facts, man. Let's keep it real. Like, America puts out a horrible image of black men where other countries around the world see that and believe that all black men are like that, right? America hasn't paid black men reparations, right? Even though, they've ruined the lives of many black men throughout centuries. Let's keep it real, okay? America, still has institutional racism, okay? Right, against black men and black people. So if you're gonna call Trump racist, how about looking inside the heart of America, how America moves against black people and black men? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it factual. So Kamala being in power with Joe Biden for the past 4 years, where's the reparations at? Where's the check?
Well, if any.
Hold on, Phil, right? Sorry, Phil. The other day, she's out here saying, we're going to make black men major players in the weed game. What? Not AI, not Python, not tech, but weed for black men. America in itself is racist, bro. Go on, Phil.
Again, look at the Native Americans. They didn't get a check.
They did, bro. Casinos, they got their own land, casinos as well that they make money off.
No, the government didn't give them casinos or make them casinos. There was no checks. They were just given environments where they can make their own money. That's it. And
we need that too, bro.
They got it the worst than anyone else did. They just got messed up. They're not going to give check. They're not going to do checks to us. They're just that can happen. I mean, that'd be very nice. If anything, there should be some sort of acknowledgement of what happened and that the government is wrong. That's it. But that would result in reparations, right? That's right. That would be put into tort law immediately. Like there'd be lawsuits immediately. Again, get what he's saying. Yeah, I'll let him. This is something I usually just let go and say like, okay, whatever, bro. That's it. I'm fine with it.
Awaken black men. Awesome, man. You could hear black men on this DT train. Fantastic. Awesome. Theo, how long you got left, bro?
I got 20 minutes.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Quiet Storm again. Yo, Quiet Storm, bro. Thank you, bro, for the support again, man. Yo, you're really coming through today, bro. Thank you, man. You know, it's been a tough several weeks, man. Working hard on the channel, teaching brothers Python every week, preparing for class. You know, I had a break the other day in Germany and Spain, and I was just on the beach. I was chilling out. You know, I was like, yeah, this is the life, man. And, you know, coming back to the UK, it's miserable over here. Terrible weather, horrible food, horrible woman. I'm hanging on, but I'll be out, you know, hopefully, you know, in the future. And may that be for the long term at this matrix. But yeah, thank you for the support, bro. IP and Theo, yeah, are a blessing and a godsend. Y'all are giving brothers hope that IT can sustain you abroad and make dreams become reality. I plan to travel to Brazil in 2025. Bucket list destination. Looking for my Japanese Brazilian. She gonna be yours, bro. Yes, speak on it, brother. Speak it to existence, brother. Okay, awesome. Well done, bro. If he wants a Japanese Brazilian feel, right? We can't say, you know, he can't have one. I want everybody to get a Japanese Brazilian, bro.
No, you said speak it to existence.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was smiling at you. So my image was you on the tube. You know, you're going to work, right? And you're speaking into existence. And suddenly, Brics has a powerful currency, and all the countries are communicating properly with each other. And then you speak it into existence, and 1 million black men are suddenly in Japan. And then you spoke it into existence, and suddenly this guy has a beautiful dime Japanese Brazilian girlfriend. It happened over a period of 3 days, and then you got home, and there was a letter signed by the king himself saying, "We are so sorry for what we did. Here is your part in reparations," and it's 2.1 million pounds. It's your name is right there, and that's all you have. All you have to do is go and cash it in there. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. I'm gonna need that check, bro. I'm gonna need that check. Mail to me, first class the next day. Come in my reparations check. Yo, Bitcoin's at 71K. What?
I sold mine at 67K. So, yeah.
All of it?
No, I got more.
Good man, Theo.
I got 7 more.
Nice. Theo, that's a bro right there, Theo. Awesome, man. So Theo, let's react to this clip over here.
Women, they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, you know, a man who...
dating down. Really?
All right, listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Really? Who wrote that?
I mean, I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled. This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think
here we go again.
there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
Here we go again, that argument. You got a degree, you're getting a high salary, you're looking for a man with a degree and a high salary, whereas with men, we don't really care if you're on 40K and we're on 90K. Are you feminine? Are you submissive? Are you good to be around with? That's what we care about. But for a woman, right, she's on 90K, She wants a guy at also 90K or above. The way they think is just weird. Let's carry on.
So, okay.
Go ahead, love doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one. Right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
Theo, is that a fair argument, Theo? Is that a fair argument?
No, that is a fair argument. Yeah, that is a very fair argument. But women aren't designed mentally for that. Yeah. So let's keep on listening. Let's go to the next part.
Hate that, yeah.
What is that about? It wasn't called dating down.
Right.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that.
It's called taking care
now
of
it's
your family.
dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
I have a feeling, though, that some of the issue here is that it may be the psyche of the men, that when they make less, they are insecure and it can
This
affect their
report is about
relationship.
the women complaining about the fact that,
they don't
now
have-
I got to get
so,
a guy.
yeah, I
that
guess
has
my
less
question would
money
be,
than
so
me.
are these women expecting the men to cover everything? They want those breadwinners, so they...
That's what it sounds like to me by this particular study. I have to date down now. What is that?
Yo, bruv. These anchors are putting the foot on the neck on the nonsense shit. Okay, these anchors are calling out the BS. Forcing that so far, Theo.
Oh, I totally agree with you. They're totally calling out the BS on this one. And that my retort to the woman here is, your attitude is why you're the least married. No one's trying to marry you. ABW have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate right now. I mean, just think how horrible that is. Higher divorce rate than marriage rate. What are we going to do with you? So don't look at us, man. The problem is you, honey. It's not us.
Damn.
You wanted to make more money. You make more money. What's the if there is a responsibility with making more money? First of all, I don't believe in any of it. But if there's a responsibility that comes with making more money, accept it. You wanted to make more money. Right. Are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is,
facts. With great power comes great responsibility. Now you're making all this money. All right. Take me out. I want to get Red Lobster, Five Guys after. I want gelato ice cream. And you're gonna pay for it, woman, because you get paid more than me. It's only fair, right? It's only fair. That's what men do, right? So, woman, with great power comes great responsibility.
so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like,
come, bro.
You need to look both ways when you go home. Just make sure like nobody's stalking you. Okay, IP. I worry for your safety. That's all.
oh, there's nobody out there. There's no one out there. I can't find love. I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money. And
That's a great point there, man. That's a fantastic point. Again, men don't care if a woman's on 6 figures or on 5 figures. It's all about how she's as a person. With women, or about materialistic assets. Are you making more money than me? Like, I don't know why do they care so much about that? Same salary or more? It's weird. Like, if a guy's on 60K a year, right, and she's on 90K, that can work. So why they're so hell bent on same salary as me or higher? That's weird, bro. Weird.
So, let me comment on this real quick. Slavic women knew this after World War II, and they knew in particular that like their salary was going to be set by the government at a certain rate, and so was the men's salary. So if they wanted to have a family and get laid, then they needed to look at the men who were wanting to do that and go snatch him up. And it didn't matter how much money he made. It mattered if he loved her or not. He was loyal to her. That was it. And you have ABW doing the exact opposite of this. And again, this leads to the same situation where they are the least married, the least pursued, and the least cherished within relationships. It's this attitude. I don't want one. They become a nuisance. That's all. It's like, it's like a woman who she was 5'1" before, and suddenly she becomes 5'8", and then she says, "Well, I want an even taller man." Right? It doesn't work that way, honey. It just doesn't work that way. That's not the way the market works. So, as Kevin Samuel said, this is a tall girl syndrome, basically, situation where tall girls price themselves out of the market because they refuse to compromise.
We're going to date down?
All right.
Ooh,
They're wrapping us. I have a
down.
feeling this is going to be our morning rush extra.
I
We
can
have a
do bad by
lot
myself.
left to say. All right, time now, 5:11. Let's get to what's ahead on
All
Morning
right.
Rush.
Fatality. that was a good argument by those guests. Yeah, again, shows you the delusion of Western women, and you guys have to get your passport because probably, foreign chicks don't really think like this. Like,
No.
I've come across like wealthy foreign chicks abroad. They never asked me for my salary. They never said to me, "Can I make the same or more?" Go on, Pio.
No, they don't. They don't. They're thinking about family. Can they make a family with you? Whereas this kind of woman, this is a very typical modern woman in her thinking right there. And that's why most likely, I don't know her situation, but if she's married, I don't think she'd be married. I think it's most likely that she becomes a single mother. Just because I forgot who that one woman is. Like, chat, help me. Tell me about the one woman who complained about she went through all the guys and she couldn't get anybody. So at 40 years old, she decided to do IVF by herself and she got pregnant by herself. I forgot what her name is. But I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous, that kind of situation. Let's just say, when it comes to family and being happy in a family, certain modern women have no idea what they're doing. They're absolutely destroying themselves. And what we're going to have are, particularly like starting with Gen X, but with the next generations. That's right, William Breeze. You're going to have millions upon millions of actually beautiful women, educated, beautiful women who will not reproduce and are going to die alone. Ebony Williams, that's her name. That's correct. Ebony Williams is the prototype case study of this kind of woman who should, I mean, you look at her, she's prime breeding material, right? But the way she went about it, the way that she did things, she priced herself out of being able to breed, which makes no sense. And so then she is doing IVF by herself, which is cuckoo. And then she became a single mother. Pure stupidity. Absolute nutland. I mean, so again, Western women, what do you want? Because at the end of the day, let's think about this. Let's think about Ebony Williams. She has the house, she has the car. When that baby is crying in the middle of the night, no one is there to help her. No one. She has to do everything by herself. She goes crazy by herself. There's no one there to tell her, talk to her about her day, to hold her. Those are all basic human values. She has nothing. So, okay, go. You do you, girl. But that's what you want to do. I mean, it's not living. Most women are mammals, but if you don't want to be a mammal, if you want to be like a reptile or something like that, okay, gotcha, honey. You do you.
Facts, absolute facts, man. Get your passports. Get your passports. Awesome. Okay, so let's see over here. Okay. Got it.
6 years. For the first time in 36 years, the Washington Post's editorial board will not endorse a U.S. presidential candidate. A group representing hundreds of Washington Post journalists say an endorsement for Kamala Harris was already drafted. But in a statement on Friday, the paper's publisher and CEO said in part, "We are returning to our roots of not endorsing presidential candidates." Earlier this week, several editorial board members at the Los Angeles Times resigned in protest after the paper's billionaire owner blocked a planned endorsement of Vice President Harris.
Interesting. So, for the first time, Pete, I'm sure you heard about yourself, Theo, in the States. What's your full say, Theo?
I'm not surprised, to be honest. I think they understand that Trump's going to win. And so they're aligning themselves with him. And you saw what happened last time that he was in office, how he went against the Washington Post. So it's in their interest to stay neutral.
Who owns Washington Post? Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
And what corporation does Bezos have his hands in heavily?
Well,
Amazon.
AWS. Well,
yeah.
They want the cloud. They want the government cloud jobs. That's the last one was $10 billion contract that went to Azure. Think about that. Think about all the engineers who had to suffer with Azure. Right? Think about all the human suffering. If they had just gone to AWS or GCP, they'd be so much happier. But no, they decided to go to Azure and suffer. So, yeah. That's not good. So, yeah, I hope that Bezos is good with Trump. I hope they're good friends. I hope $10 billion contract goes to AWS instead this time, so that us engineers don't have to suffer.
Facts.
Please, Trump, don't make us to Azure. Please, Trump, please don't make us to Azure, please.
Facts. So obviously there's been a lot of boycotts against Washington Post saying that, why are you not backing Kamala? How about no? How about people decide who they want to endorse and vote for? I'm tired of the BS in regards to, she's a woman, she's so-called black or Indian, whatever. I don't give a damn about that. It's about the policies. It's about, can she lead America, to prosperity? And it's clear that she can't, right? And they have every right in their power to not endorse Kamala Harris. They don't have to do it, right? And salute to Jeff Bezos, right, for or whoever did, right, for vetoing the endorsement they're going to put out for Kamala Harris. Okay, a lot of people freaking out. The liberals, I don't care. Okay, she is the worst candidate in this whole election. Let's go common sense here, and let's get Orange Man in office. That's how I feel. Okay.
I'm just thinking our group is so Machiavellian right now. We're just who's best for us. That's all we care about.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We just care about what's in our interest. That's it. So I think this is healthy, but we're just so bad at this. I don't know. We're not bad, but it feels bad. It feels good actually. Hey, we don't like this situation. You don't do better for us. We're not voting for you.
Facts. In the world, in the words of Bill Clinton, it's the economy, stupid. Okay, that's how we feel about things. Not about no flipping gender identity or race identity or identity politics. Keep that BS far away from me. It didn't work with Obama. What did Obama do for black men? For black men who voted for black men because he's black. Oh, he a black man. I'm a vote for him. What did he do for you in 8 years in office? He did nada, nothing. Okay, so I've hoped you've learned from that, and you're going to vote for someone based on their policies. Now, you may be a Kamala supporter, and you have every right to do so. If you like her policies, if you believe her policies are better for you, then go ahead and vote for her. Notice I didn't say vote for her because she's a woman or she's half black, half Indian or so-called black. I said vote for policies. Now, if Trump's policies are beneficial to you, or you like it better, then vote for Trump. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you. Yeah, totally agree with you.
Shout out to Dell for the support. Where's all the video testimonials of black men with some woman that you're talking about? I've seen more evidence of Auston and his friends talking about, and many, me including, speak fluent Spanish. What woman, brother?
Okay, so Dale is talking about, like I said, that there's like 30 to 40 of our students are in Colombia right now, right? Look, bro, a lot of black men, in particular in the manosphere, will not show their face whatsoever. And I only hear that they're down in Colombia, like from other people, to be honest. They're not reporting in. Most of the people, particularly that are involved in the manosphere, are keeping an extreme low profile. That's the way it is. So if it's kind of like you need to respect their privacy and respect the fact that they're doing their thing. I see more evidence that Austin and friend was talking about, and many, including me, speak. I'm saying, like, if you're saying that you speak fluent Spanish, did you have a different result? Did you have a different experience? Is that what you're talking about that you're actually having? Because again, you were talking about guys, if they're not going to give video testimonials regarding the women that they're with or other travels that they're with.
Or they're fat, or they're fat and lonely mothers. That must be for a different reaction we're reacting to. Thanks for the support, Dale. Appreciate you, bro. Okie dokie. How long do you have left, Theo? Sorry, go on, bro.
Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah. They're talking about the women who are making extra money.
I'll be back here. Hold on.
Yeah. How did you? Okay. Again, chat. How did you feel about when Michelle Obama stated that a vote against Kamala is a vote against women? Did you agree with that? Because I was pretty much infuriated with that one. I'm not even engaged with Western women. I don't even do anything with them, and I'm not. I heard that kind of manipulation. That's not, basically, as far as I'm concerned, that's narcissistic manipulation, and I'm not for it whatsoever. I'm only looking at your policies, and if you don't have the proper policies that is best for me, then why should I vote for you whatsoever? And that's all I look at is the policies. So I see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Yeah, they're weaponizing gender, but of course you have that's a funny thing. How many libs are going around saying that a man can give birth? I mean, for heaven's sakes. So I was pretty insulted by that, by Michelle Obama. I was pretty ticked off by it, and I was just like, look, I care even less now, which is, I don't know, I'm going below zero. Yeah, I agree, William. They expect us to operate like they're pet dogs. We're not their pet dogs whatsoever. They need to give us policies and a reason to vote for them. And to think that they're going to shame us into voting for them is absolutely ridiculous. This is over. We're not doing that. We're not having that kind of mentality.
Facts, brothers. Get the likes up too, brothers. Get the likes up. I've opened up the phone lines. Theo, feel free to drop off whenever you want to.
Yeah,
stay. It's up to you, brother.
I'll go ahead and drop off. Again, good stream. I enjoyed talking to you about stuff. Again, ultimately, guys, we have to think about what's the best for our interests and be brutal about it, because everybody else is brutal about their own interests. So you need to be brutal about your own interests.
Preach.
Yeah. So if your best interest is to work Python, do Python AI, and make like $150,000 a year and go to Brazil and be happy there and marry a woman who's absolutely fantastic, then that's what you should do. You know, that's going to be best for you. But don't allow anyone else to think for you at all. Do what's best for you at all times. That's it for me. I will see you again next week. Oh, that's right.
Maybe.
Okay. I may see you next week. I will see you in the future. Okay. All right. At least we're gonna see you before Thanksgiving Day. All right. So I'll see
Thank
you
you,
again.
Theo.
Yeah.
See you, brother. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Look after yourself, man. Thank you. So that's Theo right there. So phone lines open. So again, I'm planning the streams for Munich, Germany, and Ibiza, Spain. But I will only do those streams if I have if I get a 100 followers on Kick. Okay, so I need 100 followers on Kick. So please follow me on Kick, create an account. I will do those streams once I get 100 followers on Kick. Okay. So also Twitch as well. So please follow me on Twitch and Kick. Get me to 100 followers on both Twitch and Kick, and I will do the Munich, Germany streams and the Ibiza, Spain streams. Okay. Let me tell you off rip, the woman in Ibiza. Oh my goodness. There's a lot to speak about in Ibiza, Spain. Also Munich, Germany too. But I need 100 followers, bro, on each platform. So until I get to 100 followers, there'll be no streams on Germany and Spain. Okay. I'm gonna keep all that good intel for myself and my close circle of brothers. Okay. Black Muslim in the background, I see you, bro. Your camera's on. Do you want to turn it off, please? Let me bring in Black Muslim in the background, okay? What's going on, bruv?
Hey, what's going on, man? I had a couple of questions, man, about the whole Brics thing.
By the way, brother.
First, I wanted to understand, like, Brics is supposed to bypass purchasing resources from other countries without having to go through the states, right? Am I correct?
Correct.
So why was Theo saying like it's not going to work unless like it was like he was basically saying like it seemed to be very heavily dependent on China's policies? I didn't understand that.
I think China is the biggest economy in Brics, and they have a lot of sway at the moment in terms of I think just in terms of Brics policies. So I would say currently China is the biggest country there, but I think it will change. So Russia and China, in my opinion, are the leaders of Brics. Okay, they have a lot of say. So it should, I would say it's still immature, you know, the whole system there. Now, I'm optimistic about Brics. I think Brics will be the future of the world, but I think it will take time. You know, I think honestly, 20 years, 25 years, optimistically, 15 years, 10 years. It will take some time there, Black Muslim. Things are a bit rocky, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right. No, I get that. But the other part of this too is like, okay, look, I'm in Burkina Faso. I need, you know, buses from China. Why can't I give China a resource that they want, maybe access to a mine, maybe they whatever, and they give me the buses, or they build me a train station? Like, I don't understand why it's so dependent. Like, okay, the other part of the question is the Brics dollar going to be backed by gold? And if it is backed by gold, then why aren't we just exchanging gold for whatever we need? I need this, I need that. Like basically prior to the dollar situation.
Good question. I think the whole financial backing is still being formalized and discussed by Brics. People say backed by gold. Some people say, you know, backed by uranium. But I did see last week, right? They've got like their own banknotes coming out.
Yeah, I see those too.
Yeah. So, but I'm not sure what's backing that. Will it be oil? Because Saudi Arabia is joining in BRICS as well. Iran has a lot of oil as well. So that's something I don't know myself as well. It's just in terms of, what happens 5 years from now. We shall see. What I believe is that I think the Ukraine war is definitely hindering a lot of progress for BRICS. Because there's a lot of uncertainty in there. With that Ukraine war. So I think once that's solved, I think Russia will be more focused as to, we're going to get this done for BRICS and promote this, promote that. Because you got to bear in mind, Muslim, is that Russia is spending billions on their war in Ukraine. Billions. And that money could be going into BRICS or infrastructure or trade, but it's going towards a war effort, weaponry, machinery, creating weapons. So once that's solved, right, I think we're going to see BRICS move in a much quicker pace in the next few years.
Okay. All right. I had another question about it, but I can't remember it right now. It's been so long since we started that part. The other thing I was going to jump in and say, some of the stuff that we commented on tonight, the whole gender war, black men, black women. I think one of the things that we should stop doing, and it's not your channel in particular, it's actually, you know who it is? It's Anton Daniels. I feel like every time I go on YouTube, it's another video of him saying something that a black woman, she's not even like a black woman of any like status or like intellectual. She's just a random chick off TikTok saying something ridiculous about black men, and he's acknowledging it. And it just got me to thinking, like, we gotta stop acknowledging every stupid little thing that they say. Like they wake up on Tuesday and they say black men need to stop digging out of the garbage and get a job. And like, is that true? No. Do we need to sit here and acknowledge it? Do we need to sit here and have an entire argument going back and forth as to how we aren't digging out of the garbage and how we aren't, jobless? Like, no. So it's ridiculous for us to kind of constantly argue back and forth with everything that they say. So I was just thinking about that. Like, he makes good content. I agree. Anton does make good content. He does say a lot of good things. But I just think he spends too much time, getting opinions from insignificant people about things that aren't necessarily, like, if you're trying to build or you're trying to repair, or you're trying to get things moving, why are we sitting here talking to a girl who works at the Walmart? She's a manager at Walmart, and she's saying like how much she hates black men. Like, that's not beneficial in any way. And her job isn't necessarily an indication of her intelligence, but it is kind of like, why are we so quick to take a negative opinion about us and then combat it from someone of so little renown? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see if there was a professor or something saying this kind of stuff, then we have to sit down and critique her in an intellectual way. But to be critiquing basically a child about what they're saying about us, I think we got to stop that, man. I think we got to stop that.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, bro. So I got another call in the background. Let me bring in Jughead. Yeah, you're good, brother. Let me bring you in. Okay. What's going on, Jughead? How you doing, bro?
My man, good morning, IP. Good morning, Black Muslim. Just to keep it short and sweet. We're both early in the UK over here, IP, as both SEP as you. Yeah, regarding BRICS, I'm not going to get personal because we know, IP, you're correct, 200% IP. Look, IP, my man, people don't realise that people will say, BRICS has got no chance. That's nonsense. Okay, first of all, you can't compare BRICS to the EU. EU was formed in 1957 in Luxembourg, okay? It was formed in 1957 in Luxembourg. 7 countries. I think it was Luxembourg, France, Italy, then West Germany, France. I forgot the other 3 words. But anyway, they have no resource. They depend on resources from Africa, their colonies, okay? BRICS doesn't have that problem. BRICS has the most major resources. Russia, between them, an African continent, which is a continent, and India, and China alone. Then one Saudi Arabia has the resources of the world, the bulk of the resources. And the money in the bank we have is just paper, money, it's just currency. Intrinsically has no value. So we give it a medium of exchange. That's what it is, medium of exchange. The oil in the ground is real. The aluminium in the ground, the bauxite, the cobalt, the uranium, that has real value. Those computers are just digits in a computer. They don't exist. As I feel doesn't understand. You know, the only when the dollar is dropped, you also have no power. Suddenly has power now because we're playing by the game was rigged. In 1974, then Nixon ganged up on basically at gunpoint said, look, sell it on petrodollars or else. Gunpoint diplomacy. And we've done it ever since. Once the Russia says, look, why do we need to use bullets anymore? We need to be bullied. We've got the resources. That's what Brics have realised now. I realised this should be done decades ago. What he does realise is that the US is only propped up. It's because we play by their rules voluntarily. Once we withdraw our consent, they're done. How can 7 nations, G7, stand up to aim at the most population? It's the modern America impossible. The African continent, 55 countries. You got the Middle East. You got China, India. By 2050, India and China will be by 5 billion between them. Africa will be 2.5 billion by 2050. Is the population declining? As is growing. The writing's on the wall for you, IP. You're correct. The writing's on the wall for the West. It's inevitable. Just a question of when, not if. When, whether it's this decade or 50. Personally, I think it'll be between now and 2035. It probably actually between the next 5 to 10 years, the Brics will totally boycott SWIFT, and they're done. In my opinion, what do you say to that Muslim IP? What do you say to that analysis? Because to me, we have the majority. Brics has the majority and the resources. West only has weapons and bluff. That's what they've got.
That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing to wake up one day hearing Brics boycott SWIFT. That'd be great. I think you know, to be truly free in this world, you need to, you know, break away from Western ideals and Western technology and build your own. You gotta be independent and be sufficient, and you know, run your own borders. Right? When you're going to the IMF for money, when you're using SWIFT, you're basically going back to the you know, the Pell Man, you know, for resources.
Yeah.
Right. And you know that you know what they've done to us over the past centuries, right? You really think that they have our best interests in their hearts? Hell no. Hell no. So, which is why I'm pro Brics. You know, I think developing countries need a shot, you know, in development and progression, and I'm hoping Brics provides that.
I got another question. Okay, go ahead. My question was like, okay, so in the past, America backed the dollar by gold, right? Then they ran out of gold, and then they told the world, we don't got no more gold. And then countries pulled up, like France pulled up, like, hey, we got warships outside, give us our gold. And then they said, no, wait, you know, we're going to back it by oil now. And so that became the new thing. And it made sense at the time because the whole world was going through this like revolution, and we need oil to just charge everything, you know, power everything. But as this new section like takes off, like why would it make sense to back anything by anything again instead of just pay me in gold, right? Why would we even say back by gold? I know pay me in gold is crazy because that gets you robbed, right? But like, do you really think that Brics is going to be backed by gold this time around? And then two, if it is, how does that work?
Black Muslim, as I understand it, that is the case. I mean, since lockdowns, all countries have been buying gold by the ton loads. India, Russia, they've been buying gold. So Zimbabwe, they've been acquiring gold because they tend to be backed by the currency will be backed by. Well, the fiat system is basically a Ponzi scheme, and that's the change. That's why they print money incessantly and cause inflation, because once the gold standard was taken away and that's taken by Nixon, it's basically been a bit of Ponzi scheme. So how it will work intricately, I have no idea. I'm not sure the minutiae, but it will be backed by gold, Black Muslim.
Jughead, do you think they're gonna back it by gold, or you think they're gonna be like, no, straight up just pay me in gold? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference, right? Like there's
the former backed by gold, because don't forget Black Muslim up until 1971, for thousands of years, gold and silver has been a standard of money right through thousands of years. when the Dutch right up to right through beginning of the last century, up to Bretton Woods conference in 1944, the pound was a reserve currency. It was backed by gold and silver up until August 15, 1971. So when I go back, I mean that's what they're trying to do. How they get the intricacies worked out, they're doing it right now. But I'm sure they're handling it because they, Russia, UAE, and really put modules on the moon, on Mars. They can work it out. People aren't dumb. They can work it out. These people are not stupid. People are sophisticated. Because they're not arrogant like the West or blowhards, people underestimate them. That's a mistake. Brics is the future. It's inevitable.
I need to drop. Yeah. I just noticed that time zone has changed. I need to drop. It is getting late over here in the UK. All right, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Black Muslim and Jughead. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you to all those who hit the super chats and supported. Thank you very much. Again, get me to 100 followers on Kick and on Twitch. All right, and we'll get that done. Muslim, do you have any closing statements? Okay, he's dropped off. Get me to 100 followers on Kick and on Twitch, and we'll get the Germany and the Spain stream done. Okay, 100 followers on Kick and on Twitch. Okay, the sooner you get me to those follower count on Twitch and Kick, the sooner we'll have the Germany and Spain stream. And I got a lot of intel on those countries. Oh boy. Okay, insane, especially in Ibiza, Spain. Okay, so thank you all for the support. I'll see you all